You already know. It's your favorite bean eating mofo, fresh off the banana boat. Big Lou tapping in with Big Lou. What it do with Big Lou? Excuse me, NFZR2, baby, baby. Give me a second, peoples. And if this is the first time you're coming to the channel, it'd be highly appreciated if you subbed, liked, and shared the channel with your family, friends, peoples, gente, folks, uh, comrades, camaradas, buddy, pals, associates, associos, and to be sure to comment, and I answer back all the comments because each and every comment deserves to be answered. Um, give a few minutes for see if anybody comes in the next minute or two, and then we'll kick this sucker off. Um, it's a cold, windy night tonight. Whoa. What's up, Marky Mark? So yeah, I'll just wait in a few minutes, see who's gonna pop in. Carlos should be joining me. If you want to join, also Marky Mark, let me know. I'll drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link anyways. So just grab it. You don't have to show your face, but let me know. Let me see that. Let me know that it's you. Tim Egan, thanks for joining. Yeah, all you got to do, Mark, hit the. I just dropped the link right there. What you got to do is just hit. All you got to do is hit your camera. It'll show you when you get on. It'll show you. It'll say mic, camera, chat, and all you got to do is hit the camera, and it'll take you off automatically, so that your face won't show, and it'll show your avatar. So you got the picture of yourself right there. That's what will come up. It won't be your actual face. You know, the camera will automatically shut off. You got two buttons. You can shut your mic off. So, like for example, if your dog starts barking in the background, you hit your mic, and that'll mute you. That way, nobody can hear what you're saying, right? So let's see. I got hold on. So the thumbnail. Obviously, you can see Sammy. You see, yeah. So hit the camera. So I don't know. Have you ever came on a live? If you haven't, they might ask you a couple little questions. It might be something like continue with Facebook, or continue through YouTube, or continue with Google, and then just hit it, and then it'll show you where you can punch in your name, whatever name you want to put there. It'll show you how to do that. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's really no way you can go wrong. Just make sure before it'll say enter studio, you hit that, and then you go back. And before you do that, you before you can go in all the way, you got the opportunity to hit your camera, or your camera, or your mic. It'll give you that. So So I just seen that too, Mark. My bad. I didn't have it on me, but I just noticed that right now. So it's kind of perfect timing. So yeah, the link's dropped there. It's in the chat. So basically, I'll go ahead and kick this off. Somebody was supposed to be coming in and joining me. I put it out there for like I hit up 3 people. One said too late. Well, not so much too late because 2 of the guys are on. Well, actually, everybody's on the East Coast, but one guy didn't answer. Must be asleep. Another guy is currently with his baby. His baby's sick. Baby. You know, like under a year old. But he said he will come on tomorrow. That way, it gives another perspective of things. And tomorrow, I'll be doing a live tomorrow on, because this narrative keeps going around that J.Gotti Sr., the father, single-handedly brought down, the fellas, which I don't buy that one bit. So tomorrow we'll be discussing that. Hopefully, Carlos will jump on tomorrow with me, maybe Agnostics, and hopefully Tom said tomorrow it'll work for him, so we'll see what happens with that. But welcome, Carlos.
What's going on, my brother?
Hey, just chilling, man. Just decided to come on with this, do this live tonight. Tim Egan says, hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos.
Timmy, good to see you, my brother. Yeah, I'm only working with one phone. The other one died, so I can't monitor the chat. But salute to everybody. I seen Marky Mark up in the house. Salute to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, so we got 6. So we got me, you, Marky Mark, Tim Egan, and 2 others that haven't said nothing. So you're welcome here. I'm appreciate you guys stopping in, even if you don't comment. So yeah, so basically I want to touch on the thumbnail is a picture of Gotti, a senior, with Sammy the Bull, and also Frankie Loke. You can see him behind. And basically, I just want to touch and hear some other people's perspective on things about, believing what this guy comes out and says, because as we know, all these informants and cooperators, tend to embellish the truth, because it benefits them, right? For whatever reasons. And with this guy, he got the sweetest deal in history of deals. You know what I mean? And for that alone, the government should feel ashamed of itself. And then secondly, for them making such a deal with the guy, he turns around and pretty much spits in their face, within a couple of years. You know what I mean? And does something that he said he never was involved with. So we know, Gaspipe and his 302s came out and spilled the beans on some things as far as him being, I don't know if he was partners with Sammy back in the 70s, but they definitely were doing business together, right? With the shrimp boats.
Absolutely.
Right. So, obviously the government wasn't going to put that out there. It was a lot easier for them to tear up his agreement and use some of the violations he had some of the violations that he took, that he crossed and violated while he was at the MDC, as far as trying to get liquor in there and living like a boss and escaping, whatever else he did. You know what I mean? It was just a lot easier for them to use that as the reason why, instead of them possibly tainting, Sammy's sworn 302s and sworn statements and testimonies, right?
Absolutely. Right. They gotta protect their ace investment. This is why they try to shoot down the drug dealer narrative. And what happened with Casso, it was that he wasn't just stepping on a lot of toes, he was going at other government cooperating witnesses that were in the same wing. So they looked at all of that and they just figured, he's more trouble. But what set it apart was when he started invoking corrupt FBI agents. That's when they decided enough's enough and pulled the plug on it.
Yeah, see, I never even knew that. I never knew that about him stepping on, getting at other witnesses like that.
Oh yeah, that was one the big Colombo government cooperating witness, something Moscatello or some shit like that. The real big guy. He's been on a few documentaries. They always cover his face, but you can hear him saying audio. He was beefing with him. I guess supposedly he punched Casso in the face, something like that. So.
Oh, okay. See, I never knew that. See, that's why I like bringing other people on. That's why I like having others on that, you know, I know a lot, you know, I know some things, but most everything I know is from what I've read, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
obviously I'm not from there. I had never been to the feds. I've never actually been around mafiosos of that organization. So, you know, I don't know. So that's why I'm glad that, you know, you just said that, because I was not aware of that at all. So that's something that's good. I think I know who you're talking about. You say they always block his face out. Yeah, I think I know. I believe I know who you're talking about. And then, you know, another thing, like I had just touched that, you know, they intend to embellish the truth, where they're always looking like the hero, right? Like they're the straight up, stand up, righteous person, you know. And this guy definitely, this guy definitely fits that mold, man. He's constantly doing that, you know. If you let him tell it, you know, John Gotti was, you know, he had to he had to, like, if you let him tell it, he had to literally dress the man, like, you know. That's, you know, he don't give him as much credit I think he's got coming, you know, as far as what he did, you know, coming from being a poor kid up to leading one of the most powerful organizations in the world, you know, definitely the United States, I would say, you know what I mean? And he tends to, you know, always embellish the truth, you know. He likes to make him look less than, you know. He'll talk about the family as well, you know, same thing, you know. He's talked bad about Pete, he's talked bad about Vinny Gotti, he's talked bad about Junior Gotti, you know what I mean? Only one who really gives credit as a real gangster is Gene, and John. He does give him credit as being a real gangster, but you know, he always wants to make himself as well, and he puts this narrative out there too, is that, oh, the feds always told me that nobody ever spoke bad about me, nobody ever said I was bad in business dealings, that I always held my word. And we all know that's bull crap, because most of these guys that he ended up ratting on John Sr. about was guys that he was in business, and he ended up either taking over their business or getting a bigger share of their business. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is that the feds do this. They do this with every mob person. They do a psychological evaluation of them from the information that they know, and that's how they figure out who they can flip and who they can't. They always have said on their evaluation of Sammy that he would be the one to break, and they knew it, and they broke him. So it is what it is. And he's gonna make himself seem to be like this, and it's real simple. It's for the fact that they can't wash the stink off them. There's nothing that these government cooperating witnesses could ever do to wash that stink up. They can try to change it, rewrite history, use justification for this and for that, but at the end of the day, that stink lives inside of them, and it drives them crazy. This is why Sammy got to make himself out to be the star and all his shit, because deep down inside, it kills him that he became a rat, which and the majority of them do. They don't admit it. They act like their life is all gravy, but it does bother them inside of what they became and the decision they chose to make.
Correct. I believe that too. I believe that fully. That's why a lot of them will not admit on film or on camera that they're a rat. They'll come up with some. But usually they'll just say, no, I don't consider myself that. Now you got this other guy, Panisi, who will say, well, when they come up with a name of everybody, then I'll accept that name. You know, all the guys that broke rules and this and that. So, like you said, they, you know, when they look at themselves in the mirror, you know, that's still in the back of their, you know, it's still there haunting them. Like you said, they're not cool with that. It still bothers them that that's what they became. You know what I mean? Let's see. Egan says Garano is a great storyteller, but I'm skeptical of anything he says that isn't verified elsewhere. Yeah, exactly. I did listen to his stories because, this guy's, old man now, mid-70s, pushing late 70s. You know, he's been around since the 70s. He's been around. Well, actually, if you want to be honest, he's been around before that because of the neighborhood he grew up in. But it came to a point, man, where it just, I just couldn't ride. I couldn't listen to it no more. It was too much embellishing. And anybody that's been around that lifestyle of not so much being around those type of guys from that organization, but just being around guys street life period, it's too similar, and it just became apparent that he was embellishing too much. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and always trying to make himself as the hero. You know?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not gonna lie. like a majority of these government cooperating witnesses, I will watch the show to see what stories they got, see how they try to spin it. And I watch Sammy. And, you know, other than him being the biggest government cooperating witness ever, he was somewhat entertaining in some of the stories he told. What did it for me that made me never watch him again was the last show that he had did when it was the passing of Frankie Loke. And he made the video saying, you know, I wish, you know, my brother would have did the right thing and blah blah blah, and that was it for me, because that's probably the biggest disrespect. You're gonna sit there and say your brother, meanwhile you're the reason that man was in there, and you're the reason he stood in there. And now after the fact, you want to talk about, yeah, we want to help him get clemency and help him get out. You could have been helped that man get out. You full of shit. But that was it for me. That was the last time, and I've never watched anything he's had to say after that.
What's up, Tim Hennessy? Yeah, and that's another thing too. He came on here talking about Joey Francolino, Joey Cigars, you know, was a good guy, and he helped hide him out in a condo. I think it was in New Jersey, or no, it was in New Jersey, but Atlantic City, you know, and the man helped him hide, and you know, he comes out, even though the guy's passed, you know, he kind of like smut him up to me by saying that, you know what I mean, and you know, just some of the low life shit he says about some of the Gotti brothers and the mother, you know, it just doesn't make, to me, I don't understand why. I mean, I know why he's doing it, because he's a scumbag, but you know, it is what it is. But another thing that the way when they had that sit down, yeah, and I stopped watching him as well. Matter of fact, I stopped watching him when he came out with that, when that young girl that works for him, they came out with a series or something, whatever you want to call it, called I think her name's Bella and the Bull or something like that. And he just was kind of creepy, man, to some of the way he was talking. It just gave me the creeps, man. And I unsubbed, and I've never watched the video again. I've never even watched any other clips from any other videos or any other channels about him. Because, you know, I just don't like his get down. And then when he did that Mafia States of America, whatever, through Value Entertainment with Mike Franzese, you know, the way he was trying to come off, huh?
Yeah, no, I was, my bad. I was laughing when you said the Michael Franzese thing, because yeah, forget about it. That shit was comical.
Yeah, he tried to come off trying to make, you know, at this point it doesn't even fucking matter, but he's pushing the limit, like, in other words, like, you know, you didn't deserve it, you know, and he's trying to do all he can to discredit the guy, you know, even to the point where he's saying, well, I was, you know, part of the administration, and the names go around. Isn't that correct? And, you know, Michael says, yeah, the names go around. But I highly doubt that a family is going to propose some names and then have on the paper as well that these guys did pieces of work. Because actually, it's none of that family's business. If they feel that these guys are righteous to be members, that's all that matters. And they're just surfacing the name to see if anybody had a beef or know anything about them, you know, from the past. That's it. I highly doubt that family, the Columbos, are going to pass the paper with the names, like I said, of him saying, yeah, Michael, you know, he whacked somebody, or he was in on a whacking. And Vito Guzzo Sr., because I think he got made with him, he was also, you know, this and that. I don't buy that one bit. You know what I mean? So he tried to discredit him, you know, every possible way. And then anybody knows about this life, as far as, you know, from what you read and the names, you know, everybody knows the Profaci Colombo family. Nepotism is huge in that family. All the bosses from present day, from Joe Profaci till present day, and that's including Joe Colombo, Joe Profaci, Carmine Persico, Andrew Mush Russo, all of them made their sons. All of them. You know what I mean? And they have a ton of captains that made sons. You know, I think they were the biggest on nepotism because they were the smallest family. And they had more, I believe they had more father and sons in that family. You know what I mean? You know, so
all the families have dealt in nepotism at some point or another.
Yeah, of course.
Colombo's especially strong.
Right, exactly. I mean, I think they're the only family that all the bosses for the last 80 years, 90 years have made their sons and brothers. And, you know, the Persicos, all the brothers were made. Well, 3 of them. I don't know how many brothers he had, but 3 brothers were made. And for sure, I know 2 of the brothers' sons were made, you know, and then they had cousins, a lot of cousins, you know. I think Vicarina, I think he was a cousin of Persico, like second cousin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russo was his first cousin, and Russo had a son that was made. I think even two sons, but for sure a son. You know what I mean? So they're huge, man. Other than Senior and Junior Gotti, I'm trying to think what. Oh, Carlo Gambino made his son Tommy, right? And then they had a lot of cousins. Gambino, the Cherry Hill Gambinos. I'm trying
Chicago
to
did it
think.
with Paul.
That's what I said. Tommy Gambino with Carlo.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think what other bosses had. So, Bill Bonanno, Joe Bonanno, Bill. Um, I think Stefano Magadino, his son was made, I think too.
Yep.
And then the later leadership of that family, father and son as well. We don't really have to say their name. You can figure that out. Scarfo, but his son was made in a different family. Vic Amuso, his brother Bobby was made. So yeah, it's Vito Genovese, his brother Michael. It's always in all five families in New York and other families. John Riggy's father was made. He was made. He made his son. You know what I mean? So it's always nepotism is huge. And so for somebody that say, like basically you jumped the line, and how would you know? I mean, yeah, I mean, for the fact that the books were closed for almost 20 years, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But when you're a guy like Sonny, who's a powerhouse, then if that happens, it happens. And ultimately it's up to the boss to say yeah or nay. So they passed on it, so it was all good. But just no matter what, all the stories too, man. Like even with the Alan Kaiser thing, later on he says that Louis Melito shot him, but I believe he originally admitted that he shot him.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's easy to blame it on somebody that's already dead. And the government knew about it. They knew he eventually confessed to it. They try to cover that shit up,
Right.
because it's protect him at all costs,
Right. So yeah, it's again, he always and that's another thing. He tried to make Senior look like he was, as far as he wasn't a business guy. He never claimed to be a business guy, for one. I mean, just by, he worked somewhere, he was on the books, is working somewhere. He was a gambler. Everybody knows that. But the thing is, this is just because you're in the same family and you're a captain, doesn't mean you're gonna know what every skipper's doing in that family. You know what I mean? So of course you take over, you'll have to investigate and find out who's involved with what. And that'll be their bad if they don't tell you what they're involved with. If you after, the boss is inquiring what you're involved with and you hold back some information, especially on the illicit gains, then you could be, in trouble. You know what I mean? So
the thing that's pathetic about Gravano is that he can say everything he wants to say now. In his reign, he loved and kissed John's ass and did everything that he could to drape John. It wasn't after he cooperated that he started finding all these issues with John. He was fine with everything, through the beginning. And now all of a sudden you had an issue with this and he's just full of shit.
Yep. And then I seen this on I believe it was Armchair. He had John Gleason on, he was the prosecuting U.S. attorney at the time. And he also was fast forward later, he got Chad Marks out. He was Chad Marks' attorney. And then in between that, he became a judge, right? And he even said that Sammy the Bull, it was a message was given to him that Sammy wanted to talk, but he wanted to make it look that if they couldn't come with an agreement, that he never spoke to him. So that shows you right there the levels of snakiest, the snake he is. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
Absolutely,
bro.
Right. So it's again, he always tries to make himself look out to be the hero. He saved this one, he saved that one. He wouldn't tell on nobody in his crew. That crap. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he killed. How many guys in his crew did he kill? He admits to like 3 or 4, plus his brother-in-law.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Forget all of that. Yeah. Yeah. You're right on that. But I don't obsess with that. You know what I mean? The fact is, is that this is about we're touching a topic that a lot of people take these people's words for gold. You know what I mean? And anybody should know, that these people will embellish means lie, or put a 10 on a 2 on their story to make them look, you know, because at this point, most of all the guys involved back then are dead. You know, he told on Vito Genovese. He told on John Sr. He told on Frankie Loke. He told on John, I said John Gambino. He told on Vito Genovese, or not Vito Genovese, Vincent the Chin. John Riggy, I think, passed away. Frankie Loke, John Gambino, Jimmy Brown Fiala, Patsy Conti. All them dudes are dead. You know, and those are all the dudes he rolled on. You know what I mean? He even rolled on Larry, what's his name? What's his name? Menino? Lawrence Menino? Lorenzo. Yeah, he rolled on him. He was a youngster at that time, younger guy, and he told on that hit that they did at that apartment complex where the guy killed one of John Gambino's soldiers in his crew.
Yeah.
Bro, there's a respect in the street. How you wanna trust people in the streets when everyone is a criminal? Yeah, well, that's the thing too. See, if you're involved in criminal activity, you know already that these are possibilities, right? You got to know that people are snakes, that people will tell, people will give up information in between time to stay in good graces with law enforcement. It's been happening forever. You know what I mean? Even on the GP yards of these prisons, man, there's people telling they just ain't been exposed yet. How you think the cops, the K9 will show up to your cell because you're slanging on the yard or something? You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. It's all part of the same game.
Luke GTV. If you guys ain't checked him out, go check him out. He's up out of Minnesota. I did a video with him about, I don't know, I think 3 weeks, a month ago. Cool youngster, did some state time. State time, I believe, in Minnesota. That's part of the game. Yep, that's definitely part of the game. Some people don't understand that. Yep, exactly.
But this is why I try not to separate them, because like it even got to that point where you had people labeling them like, I only dislike lying government cooperating witnesses. Me, tell you the truth, I don't sit there and wait to see if they're a liar. Any government cooperating witness I got an issue with. And to me, all government cooperating witnesses are liars.
Right. Because that's another thing. That's another thing. People are responsible for this. They justify shit. They minimize shit. So they'll say, you know, oh, well, if I was in your shoes, I would have did the same thing. Oh man, you did what you had to do. But see, that's not the case, because you are living a street life. You can't, and especially if you, like I spoke on this before, if you take an oath to something, you're not taking that oath to that person that did you dirty. You're taking an oath to the bigger entity, right? That everybody belongs to. So you can't always say that, man. And it's your job to keep your nose clean, because you got a lot of guys that'll be on the streets and they're quick to point the finger at people. Oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. You know what I mean? And it'll you know, it'll come back to bite them in the ass sometimes, a lot of times, you know. So it's their job to stay clean, man. You know what I mean? To walk their life, you know, in a you know, where they're crossing all their T's and dotting all their I's, you know what I'm saying? And this shit, you know, nobody can say that they never seen treachery or betrayal in street life. You know, if you're gonna say that, you just must be one dumb, naive motherfucker. You know what I mean? Straight up.
You want that, or you want in the streets long enough. It's in everyday life, in every aspect of any criminal shit. It's like when you hear the whole concept with the mob, and you hear these government cooperating witnesses saying, oh, you know, got tired of it. You know, there was no more honor. There's betrayal. Listen, stop the bullshit. You knew when you entered this organization that it's about betrayal. It's always been about betrayal, some form or another. It's just how it is, and it's understood. You know, right. But after the fact, they want to come out and say that. Like, no, you know what it is. You probably got your button by shooting your best friend in the head. It is what it is. It comes with that lifestyle. You know?
Yep. Timo said, what's up, Carlos?
Timo DeVille? What's up, pal? Hell, that's my man.
What's up, Timo? And Tim Egan said, I've mentioned this guy before, Pete. Okay, I don't know who that is. Pete, who? Pete Gotti? What other Pete I mentioned? That was only Pete I mentioned, right? I believe so.
I guess we talk about government cooperating witnesses. He might mention Peter Chiodo.
Oh, maybe. Now that case is
that's
a little.
Yeah, exactly. We're both on the same page with that. I'm not justifying his actions. I will never justify that decision that he made. But in retrospect, when you look at everything in a whole, from his standpoint of what he did, he felt he needed to do. Because you know what? At the end of the day, when you're a stand-up dude, you're keeping your mouth shut. They try to kill you. They're trying to kill your family, and you're still keeping your mouth shut. So yeah, his was different circumstances, you know.
And the reason they went at him in the beginning, it was bullshit. You know what I mean? Like with so many other guys in that family, you know, it was all just having a hair up their ass, across their ass, however you want to say it, man. They just had, they would just think something and boom, act on it. You know, they killed a lot of guys in that family, man.
Casso was Looney Tunes. Like he was the perfect example of a fucking a sociopath. That is exactly what he was. He was kill crazy. He was absolutely kill crazy. He killed a lot of people in that family that were men that lived by the rules. He just happened to think. His whole thing was, I'd rather be safe than sorry, and that came back and bit him in the ass.
Yeah, so Tim Egan said, I've mentioned this guy before, and it was Pete Chiodo, and he said exactly what you just said. Not until Casso got paranoid about him and tried to kill him. But they killed Buddy Luongo, they killed Bruno Faciola. They killed that one guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he went to California, and they sent out I think Diarco's son and somebody else. What was it?
Delapi.
Yeah, Anthony, right?
Yep, Anthony Delapi.
Yeah. Anthony Delapi. They got him in California. I think he was at his brother's house. Then you got Chiodo. Then what's the name? Seen it coming. Diarco seen it coming. He bounced up out of there. And the guys that were gonna get him there, they ended up going away and doing about 20 years, and they just recently got out a few months back. I'm not gonna mention all them, but if you follow this type of stuff, you'll know who I'm talking about. And they had a lot of guys from that family were getting out after, like I said, putting in a decade plus 8 years, 2 decades. They all were getting out around the same time. They were looking to get bumped up for holding their mud and doing their time like stand-up dudes, and and it is what it is. But it's crazy. It's crazy how how that went with that family. You know what I mean? I'm going to touch on them a lot more tomorrow, because they're going to be part of the discussion and what was happening with all that. Like I mentioned, tomorrow I'm going to do a live on John Gotti keeps getting the blame for bringing down the whole as an entity, the whole as a whole, bringing it down.
Yeah, the feds created that narrative, and the newspapers ran with it, and this is what you see now. You get authors, you get commentators, they all say the same thing. And it's a bullshit. It's a moot talking point. It's a moot talking point, because, you can't blame that man for cameras. You can't blame him for the social clubs, when every goddamn family has done the same shit. They met the same clubs every weekend and everything. What stood out to him was that he was a light. John was a light. The cameras caught him, and he had that persona. It was bigger than life. He stepped out of a car in a fucking city, and you can watch the video and you see hundreds of people, but your eyes went directly to him. You know exactly who was the person on that street that you needed to go look at. So that's what it was. They hated the fact that he didn't give a fuck. John did not give a fuck. He knew what he was. He never hid who he was. And they hated that he looked good doing it, and he always smiled, and that's what killed them.
And then
they used to the old ways where the motherfucker comes out, the mobster comes out the courthouse. He's got the jacket over his face. He's got the newspaper. He runs into the car. They push him into the car. He ducks and hides. They were used to that. They weren't used to somebody that's out there dressed up, hair always coiffed, nice fucking suits, and it's like, yeah, you know who the fuck I am. When you eventually come and get me, you come get me.
Right, and that's the other thing. Sammy complained about that, but if you go back and watch some of the surveillance footage, he's the one fucking with the holding the umbrella. He's the one grabbing his shit. Like, in other words, suck my. He's telling the feds. Real cocky. You know what I mean? He was a cocky motherfucker, and You know, if he was like, if he really didn't like all that, he would have been, you know, just walking with him and keeping, you know, he wouldn't have been making those type of gestures. You know what I mean? And then
You're right.
and then also I read too that his Brooklyn office is still on Stillwell Avenue, that he would have the guys come there and pay tribute to him there. You know what I mean? So I don't see, he,
Oh yeah.
talking down. Yeah, he was doing the same shit because there's only one guy above him in the family, and that's who, and then everybody's up under him after that. And he was doing the same shit. You know what I mean? Maybe not all, he wasn't having all the captains go there, but ones from Brooklyn areas were going there, or close, closer in proximity. You know what I mean? Yeah, Timo, we're talking about Gaspipe, Casso, Chris Trock, what's up? Ishmael?
Chris Trock, what's going on? Ishmael, what's up? But yeah, it goes to show you who Sammy is. I always tell people, if you don't believe that man eventually, that he was destined to become the biggest rat, all people have to do is go back and watch the original arrest video. If you know people and you can look into another man's eyes, you could see his eyes. That video shows a man in fear, scared for his fucking life. He's fucking deer in headlights. The eyes are going side to side. He's looking at the cameras. The cameras are going off, taking pictures. And look at his face. He is shitting on himself. I knew he was going to be a fucking rat. You could see it. He's not smiling like John is, with a big fucking smirk on his face and with the little, no, it's deer in headlights, fucking eyes going side to side. You could see that he was scared. So Sammy was destined to fucking become a rat.
And that's what gets me too about him, is that he always brags. He likes to say this: I got 22 years in prisons. Okay, first of all, 5 of them were done at most of that first 5 you got was done in Quantico, at FBI headquarters, where you're literally living in quarters where an FBI agent would usually sleep. You're being monitored, supervised by these guys. They allowed you to go outside. They would take you into town to get haircuts. They would take you into town to have dinner with your wife. I've never been to a prison where you can do any of that. And then he did 17 years protective custody, where he wants to brag about these Aryan Brotherhood members. Co-sign for him to get a Odin tattoo, but he's not telling you that those ex-AB members were in bad standings, what we call in the hat here in California. These guys were marked for death. You know what I'm saying? He don't mention none of that. So, it's not really the same, especially he was in actual witness protection units. You know what I mean? And so it's not the same, nowhere near the same as doing time on a GP yard. You know what I mean? Yeah, can you still get stabbed? Of course. But, he makes it sound like he was around the real, active members still pushing lines, which he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he talks about he did 22 something years because you had no other choice. He couldn't really give up. He couldn't give anybody. Don't you think for 1 minute that if he couldn't give up people and everything, he would not have done that?
No,
but there was no government, not even Arizona, that was going to work out another deal with him after the deal that the Southern District gave him. No, there's no state that he would have got arrested and that would have gave him that kind of deal again, because it was just blatant, And what did New York do? They reached out. They made fucking Arizona hurry up and fucking give those charges and make him cop to it. That's why he took the 20, because they wanted to hurry up and get this shit put to bed.
Right. Yep. See, Mickey Featherstone was Jimmy Coonan's boy until they started arguing about getting too close with the Italians. Then the Westies framed Featherstone for a murder he didn't commit, and then he flipped. I never knew that.
Yeah. They set him up. They sent him on a hit, and they had to do just like him. It was Mickey. Jimmy Coonan did that shit because he wasn't trusting Mickey. Mickey wasn't doing everything that he wanted to. But yeah, it's true. They try to frame him.
Marky Mark says, that's the streets, bro. Motherfuckers are born rat 9 out of 10 times. You know this, being in the streets for years, that your homies are going to tail on you. It's your job to see signs and cut them fools the fuck out immediately. He says another thing, rats make excuses just like anything else. You get in a car wreck, what do? You make excuses to the insurance company to try and get out of it. It's the way the brain functions for everybody. Now the difference is inside your heart, whether you are honorable or not, you're gonna take the LWAP. Yeah.
Now, Marky Mark is 100% right. That's coming from a G, and it's true. It's in you. The honor is in you. It's not so much in the organization. It's how you choose to honor yourself. If you want to be dishonorable and dishonor yourself by becoming a fucking rat, or you want to maintain your honor. That's why I always say, to a lot of these guys, he kept his honor. And the reason I say that is because they did. They didn't sacrifice their principles.
And
They fucking took
yeah,
their weight.
exactly. And what's funny is this guy wants to come out years later, now he's talking bad on John Sr. and he's talking bad about Pete. Both have passed away in the system. Pete also was doing life. He was a sanitation worker. Yeah. The man still didn't open his mouth and tell on nobody. J.Gotti, he could have took a 10-year plea. He followed the instructions and directives from his brother, who was the boss. He said, we don't take plea deals. He ended up losing in trial, getting 50 years and did 30 on the 50, right? Even the other brothers, Benny and Richie, and the nephew Richie and John Jr. all did their time and kept their mouth shut. Then you have the other grandson now who's in the pen, which is his son, John Sr.'s son, Peter's son, John, is in the joint and he's holding his mud too. So the Gottis don't rat, you know what I'm saying? They don't rat. And this guy's got his mouth open trying to, talk bad about them. You know what I mean? Honor lies within your heart and soul, mind. Can you do the honorable thing for what you did and stand on that? And honorable motherfuckers don't give a fuck about who's ratting and who's doing what, period. Exactly. No real street dudes are going to come on here and be obsessed about always talking shit about rats. That just ain't going to happen. You know what I mean? He said facts, Los, 100%. Some men like me and others will take a LWOP and lose their kids and family and everything to be honorable to themselves.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. That's one of the reasons why I chose to change my life around when I came out, because I pretty much already knew, and I was also told, they seen something in me, and he basically told me, he says, you don't leave this alone, you're gonna come back here, and knowing you're gonna spend the rest of your life here. He was like, leave this alone, go home, make babies, because this is not gonna get any better. He was like, now is your chance. He was like, cut your losses, take this and start over. And that's what I did. But at the same time, I can never forget where I come from, a certain codes, and it bothers me when we have this conversation, because a lot of times this thing pops up, and I've addressed this a few times and I'll address it again. I hate when people come in here and they say, well, you can't speak unless you've been in that situation. No, to me personally, a future rat in the making is somebody who uses that philosophy, or you can't speak unless you've been in that situation. Bullshit. It's not even entertained. The only people who entertain a thought like that or will say something like that is somebody who actually thought about that. And that's not the case. It's not something that's even thought about. It's real simple. You take your fucking weight.
Exactly, because you know what you're signing up for. Anybody that says they don't know what they're signing up for, and like we already mentioned earlier, knowing that there's betrayal and backstabbing and throwing under the bus in that life, criminality, period. I don't care what organization you belong to. It's all about the dollar. So if you're going to ruin somebody for making some money, there's going to be some betrayal. So you can't sit there and act like you're naive or gullible. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're signing up for. Anything you take an oath, you know what you're signing up for, especially. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by that. That's these people that minimize and justify things, and it's part of their fault too, because they make that person who's telling their stories on here that actually did that flip. You're making them feel like, oh yeah, well, I'm not a rat. I got put in this jacked up situation. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of situations guys get put in that are jacked up, but you know what? Like, again, that's part of the life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's kind of like my mentor. When my mentor taught me that, I came home. He stood doing his bid. I came out to the halfway house, and I stood on the streets. He eventually got released, got arrested again because of his lifestyle and his culture, stand-up man, got arrested again, did another bid, and came out again. And that was his lifestyle, and he told me that inside. He made it clear to me. He goes, my lifestyle dictates that I die in these walls or in the street. He goes, and we'll see if that happens. And he never wavered. And he came home and caught another case and went right back in, because that's the lifestyle he chose. He already knew his decisions. There's no way in hell I'm ever gonna go to rat, and I'm gonna keep being the man that I am, because I'm dedicated to this lifestyle. And you know what? I gotta respect that. And I don't glorify people or actions that they do. It comes down to real simple. I can respect any man that understands the lifestyle and takes his fucking weight. That's it.
Right. And you know, another thing too, it ain't really got nothing to do with the topic, but I'm gonna say it. When you grow up in that life of this entity that we're talking about right now, right? You grow up as a youngster going to these social clubs and being around guys who you call your uncle, right? And it's a generational thing, right? Same thing with motorcycle clubs, right? You grow up going to the clubhouse as a kid with your pops or your grandfather. It's a generational thing. I mean, not saying it doesn't happen, but it's, in my opinion, it's far and in between where kids will become cops. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen as regular people. And for one thing is, people are screened big time, when you become a cop, you're screened, your family, all that stuff, you know what I mean? But even on top of that, it's always said, about how they dislike cops, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I had a conversation, right? I had a conversation with somebody. Yep. Go up on my comments. The one that says Carlos New. Okay. Carlos New. Hold on. Carlos New. Yeah, I didn't see it yet. Let me see what it says. Carlos New. Carlos seen the sign on the wall. He chose to do what men do. That's a very, very important. That's a very, very smart street guy right there. He made the smart choice. It's either you go do life, or you wise up. Yep. But like we know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What I did was, and I did it with my mentor. He sat there and he says, do the math. He goes, you're in here for a certain amount of time. He says, think about what they could have caught you for what you were really doing out in the street. I said, yeah. He goes, okay. He goes, now, let me ask you a question. Do you think you up on the house? I said, yeah, hell yeah, I'm up on the house. I'm in here for 3 fucking years. I could be in here for 30, 40, 50. He said, yeah, that's good. He goes, you recognize that, right? I said, yeah. He goes, now, do you think you should come back here to spend the rest of your life here? I was like, it's not something that I want to do. He was like, good. He was like, so then go home and make babies. He was like, it's just simple. He goes, this is not going to get any easier. It's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. I see the writing on the wall. He says, go home. You're young. Take your second chance. Go make babies. And that's exactly what I did.
And at this time, you were in your 20s, right?
Oh yeah, I was a baby.
And old boy was what, in his 50s, right? I believe.
Yeah, he was in his 50s. He was in his 50s.
Cause pretty much same age as Senior, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so, pretty much same age. They were fucking childhood fucking friends.
Right. So Senior just turned. If your Senior was alive, he would have been 82. The 27th, he would have made 82 years old. So you're talking about this is about what, 27, 28 years ago, right? Something like that.
Yep. He passed away 2 years ago. God bless his soul.
Yeah, so he would have been in his 50s. So yeah, that was an OG giving, good advice. You know what I mean? I was with an older dude. He was in his 60s. He's been down since 1981. So he's been down 41 years, and he's about 66 now. I think he came in when he's about 25 on a 7 to life, right? And he's still in there. And it wasn't even a murder. But unfortunately for him, he keeps getting write-ups here and there, and it's holding up his being released. But he had told me, and I heard him tell even younger guys than me, because I was already, like at the time, I was already like 38, 39 when I met him. I mean, not when I met him, when I left him. So I heard him also talking to some youngsters that were in their early mid 20s, and he told them, this ain't where it's at, man. He goes, this ain't where it's at, and he also said too, at some point, even though that some of these laws are changing, he goes, I got a feeling that they're going to end up coming out with something later that when you get busted, they're going to just, give you a football number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're trying to do laws like that now in California, where everything's considered a lot of things are considered a conspiracy, right? Where like they fall up under, it's something like RICO kind of, where they can go off your old charges, and then if you get caught up with other people, they leave you out to dry. You know what I mean? So that advice, I heard this older guy, he's old, and they would consider him an old man because he was in his 60s then. When I left him, he was like 60. Let me see, I left him 5 years ago, so he was about 61 at the time. And he was giving advice to these youngsters that were pretty much his age when he came in. You know what I mean? And they were telling, he just told them, man, go out there and whatever you can learn in here. He was telling them, in other words, like in the Voc, any certificates, they can get here, take it out there and try out these trades. You don't have to necessarily stay with them if you don't like them, but at least, try to build something for yourself to stay out of here. You know what I mean? And because they're always going to have a place for you. That's for sure. You know what I mean? They'll always have a bed to throw your ass in. I don't give a shit what state you're in. You know what I mean? You do crime and they'll throw your ass, they'll lock your ass up.
Oh, absolutely. 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 But it's like, it's real simple, man. At the end of the day, the streets ain't for everybody. And when I use that, it is in a general statement. There's consequences, there's actions that go along with being in the streets. So if you're not willing to be part of any of those actions, get your ass on the sidewalk. That's what they're there for. The fuck out of the street.
Yep. So Marky Mark says that's one of the fucking problems. No more OGs giving game to wild ass youngsters. I was fortunate to have OGs around me getting money and showing me, not telling me. Now I had to learn the hard way. But nobody wants to listen, and nobody wants to give the proper advice anymore for what I see. There's nothing promising out there. 1 in 100 youngsters are doing it right these days. Yep.
He's absolutely right. And it's one of the reasons why I take pride. Like, I got 3 homies that were soldiers when I was out in the streets. And when I came home, I conversated with them, and to watch their face when I'm telling them, how shit is changing and how the streets are garbage and everything. And at first they hit them strange, like, damn, they had that look like, damn, prison softened him. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case. I was just trying to pass along as the old head. Like, yeah, you guys looked up to me for the actions I was doing in the streets. I was like, but at the end of the day, there's consequences to these actions. And you guys are still young. And I told them, I was like, the streets are garbage. I'm done. I says, I'm not going back. I says, I got to do whatever I got to do to keep away from it. I was like, my advice to you, leave this shit alone. Because if not, you're going to wind up in there doing big numbers. And you know what? 3 of them today have family. They all live out. They moved out of New York. They're all fucking productive members of society, raising a family and showing their kids that the street life is bullshit. And I take pride in that fact that I was even able to influence those 3 while the others choose to continue that lifestyle, So that's always 3 of them is better than none,
Yep. And I'll say that I've said this before. I've done little shorts and I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. Get at anybody that's been there and have done time, get at your kids, man. If you don't have kids, talk to your nephews, talk to your cousins, your little cousins. Get at the neighborhood kids, family, friends, kids, any kids, and let them know that this shit is not worth it. You lose too much valuable time of your life. Not to say you can't, still be a productive member of society, but why even go there? Why even, because prison ain't for everybody, man. Not everybody. Yeah, you might play with guns and stuff like that on the street, but in there is different, bro. It's up close and personal. Not everybody's got it in them to stab people. You know what I mean? And why even go through it if you can manage to not, by bettering yourself with education and a trade, go down that route, man. Even if it's the military, man, the military offer a lot of good stuff.
Bro, you'd be surprised how it is. Prison is not meant for everybody. Like, I can honestly tell you, I've seen guys whose paperwork said that they were straight shooters. They were the violent ones in their indictments. I've seen these guys scream like babies in the hole, because they're in a room by themselves. Scream like babies, like wow, you're in the street killing people, and now you're in a room by yourself and you're screaming like a bitch. So yeah, prison is definitely not for everybody.
That's another thing too, man. Some of these guys, man, they go to the shoe, Like, well, now there's no more shoe. I mean, there's still shoe, but there's no more indeterminate. And what indeterminate shoe means is basically the only way you're going to get out of the shoe in California at that time was either you had the debrief, which means tail on everybody that they ask you about, or you either paroled or you died, right? And now they won a case in Supreme Court and they kicked everybody out of the shoe. So there's no more indeterminate shoes, but you can still go to the shoe and do a 2-year shoe if you get caught like with a weapon and stuff like that. But a lot of guys, man, were back there for so long. And then if you were an actual member, you couldn't have a cellie because a lot of guys were jumping on their cellies trying to kill them. So if you're an actual member, you wouldn't have a cellie, and a lot of these dudes would end up going crazy. You know, they would start hallucinating, and you know, their mental capability was deteriorating. You know what I mean? But Just Chillin' says there's no more order, bro. Everyone is all doped up, causing chaos, tripping for no reason, going to prison, and gangbanging is played out for the simple fact that there is no more code of or honor. Yeah, that's pretty true. There's a lot of truth to that. Tim Egan says, I was never a street guy per se. I had drinking buddies that were hardcore. I was doing things small time drug related, but I never had a desire to keep a roof over my head through crime.
Yeah, good job, Tim Egan.
That's what's up. Let's see. Drito says, what's up, Drito? He said a big part of criminal lifestyle is dealing with a bunch of people that try to justify a lot of things for their benefit. It's a hard life to live. Yeah, it can be.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And there's people that know how to manipulate people. See, that's one thing that I could say. When I was out there doing my thing, my guys, I was always straight with my crew. They knew I had them and I wouldn't fake them and I wouldn't send them to do something that I wouldn't do. You know, but you get some that know how to manipulate, you know, and eat their brains and stuff like that. And it's like, nah, not only that, you could pretty much tell when you were dealing with somebody if what they're capable of or what they're not. And what happens is you get a lot of these guys, they take these guys, they know that these guys aren't really, really capable of stuff. That's just not them. And they make them do stuff. And these guys get that exterior coat and they say, okay, yeah, this is good. I'm with this. I'm about this. And then when shit hits the fan and those same guys that really, really weren't really into that shit are standing in front of that judge, best believe when they start hearing them numbers, that's when they decided, you know what, yeah, I really wasn't part of this, and I don't want nothing to do with it. And that's how they become fucking cooperators, you know. This is why you can't force certain things. If it's in somebody, it's in it. You can't just, you know, you gotta let it naturally come out. But I get what Drito's saying.
Yep, I seen bro, but I was in San Quentin and they had what was it? Half of the 4th tier and the 5th tier and Alpine section where it was mixed, where majority of the building was GP, and they had some guys that had locked it up. And a lot of these dudes that locked it up were young guys between 18, 19 up to like 23, 22, maybe even 25. And these dudes had a lot of attempted murders on theirs, you know, or it's just constant gunplay. But as soon as they get arrested, man, you know, short into the stay, they're telling on everything. It's crazy. The problem was I thrived in prison. I was fucking good at it. Those were some of my fucking people, but I got a brain and knew it was just a waste of time. It's a pause button on life. Fuck that. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's life on the installment plans. I like being alone in my cell. That makes me a sick fuck. Yeah, I like being alone in myself too. I don't like dealing with people.
Yeah, me too. All three of us.
Yeah. What up, C-Dog? Saludos, bendiciones. Marky Mark said,
C-Dog and Cooper Show. Respect.
Yep. In the streets, you're dealing with the worst of the worst. It's on you to maneuver through that and make the right decisions. You're gonna fuck up. That's how you learn. And when you get flawless and see the end, yeah, exactly. So that's what I was saying. If a lot of motherfuckers fuck up because they're quick to point the finger at people when they fuck up, and it bites them in the ass, and then later on, you know, like I heard Mike Francis say this when he said his father gave him a lesson, and it was, don't be pointing the finger at people when something comes up in this life, because fast forward in the future, they may be your boss. So same thing with this shit, man. That's why I said earlier, people got to cross their T's and dot their I's in that life, because shit could come back to haunt them later. And I believe this statement has a lot to do with that. In the beginning, that's where all the knowledge comes from getting to the top, tearing through the worst of the worst street urchins, killers, hustlers, and scammers. Yeah. Yep. That's another thing. You got to be up on game. You got to be up on all that stuff because there's so many guys that I heard, and these are high power guys, but at the beginning of their careers, they weren't, they weren't school. They were still green, and they got fadangled by some older cats that were no good, that were still in the shoe. So you got to learn, you got to learn. I was always taught you answer questions you answer a question with the question. So in other words, I'll just give a little example. Hey, homie, where you from? Or what you claim? And instead of you saying, "Oh, I'm from here. This is what I am," you hit them back with, "Oh, who are you? What you claim?" You know what I mean? And it keeps you it keeps that buffer a little bit between you. That's just a little example of it. You know what I mean?
But you see that day in and day out in everyday lifestyle. Like you have people, they'll jump on and they'll say, "Well, this is happening and this happened," and 20 other people that happen to be in that same chat, but like, really? Oh, for real? And they believe that shit. Like, nah, man, make your own goddamn decisions. Don't jump at everything you goddamn hear to fucking believe.
Yeah. What's up, Jordan? I said mine's. Yeah, that's a trip, man. And then you know what's funny about that is that these people are taking what they hear as gospel from people that you don't even really know who they are. You don't even know what they look like. You don't even know their name. They're coming in with a fake name and they just buy it. Really? Thank you for telling us. Like it's just gospel. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. But that's just why I laugh. And this is I was talking about this earlier on another show, and I said it. Like at the end of the day, if you're gonna sit there and you wanna, comment and you wanna say this and you wanna say that, all that's fine. But to have an effect on me, you can't tell me nothing when you sit behind a goddamn avatar and you've never shown your face. You can't absolutely tell me nothing about nothing.
Yeah. He says, facts, Los. That's why street guys make great businessmen. Jordan also said facts. Roscoe, all the way from Scotland,
absolutely.
Mike. Good day, Mike. You're from Scotland, laddie. Hey, lad.
Roscoe's in the house. That's what's up, Roscoe.
Yeah, Roscoe always taps in. He shows support for the little channel. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys stopping in tonight. Because some of you guys are like him. He's over the pond. And some majority, I think, we're West Coast people here. I believe, but Tim Egan and Carlos, you guys are in the East, so it's later over there. It's already midnight.
Yeah, Roscoe. I hadn't seen Roscoe in a while. Today was a good day because I hadn't seen Grant Calder in a minute too, and he popped up today, and I was happy to see Grant.
Yeah, Roscoe always pops in. Matter of fact, Roscoe pops in a lot when I schedule a live, and then I don't catch it at that time. I end up having to change the time. He'll be one of the first ones that pop in there and say what's up. But like I said, unfortunately, I had to change the time sometimes, and but he stops in and always says what's up, and he comments in the comment section as well, just like Jordan does too. So I appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? And Dog, he comes in and says what's up. He's got his own show too. So I appreciate everybody, man. I'm gonna try to. Oh, you're in Denver. Oh, my bad. So it's still a little bit time difference though. It's still 2 hours different in Denver, right? I got a little cousin. She's in Cannon City, Colorado. What does it say? My son earlier. Well, actually, my daughter texted me saying that he got a pit bull. He got a little puppy for I think his graduation, which was like 4 or 5 months ago now, right? Whatever. Yeah, something like that. 5-6 months ago. So he got a little puppy, man, and he came home from work early because I guess the dog was sick, and he found out that she had parvo. So they started asking me, Dad, what do you do? And I said, well, there's two things you could do. I said, I had one dog where I took him to the vet. He was in there for a week. I had to go pay like $90 a day. He made it. And then I had another puppy, which was one of his sons, caught it, and I decided to treat him at home. And they used to give you these big old pills. You had to force it down his throat to swallow it. And he made it too. So I go, it just depends, how you want to treat him. You know what I mean? So I was trying to find out when what vet they took him to and see if I couldn't call if it was one of those ones that were open late. But no, they're closed. So he's gonna stay home from work and take him in tomorrow. But I guess I thought they were like asking me for the money, and then he says is he's got it. He's gonna borrow it for somebody else. So I'm okay. You know what I mean? I'm trying to offer. So, but I know how that feels. You know, your dog, you get, and he's got attached to the puppy already. You know, he's had it for like 5 or 6 months already. So he's kind of bum kick sad. So it is what it is. But I know how that feels. I lost dogs. Like I said, I just told 2 stories of dogs I had that caught it. Fortunately they beat it. I don't know how far she is with it, because you can tell, man, when your pups catch that parvo, you can tell the look. They have that their eyes look like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it has a certain smell to it too. They don't drink. They're kind of, it's a lot of it is dehydration. You know what I mean?
When they catch the what?
The parvo.
What's that?
You never heard? Okay, so parvo is it's like it's a disease, sickness they catch, and pit bulls catch it real easy. I mean, a lot of dogs catch it, but it seems like pit bulls catch it easy. It stands for canine. Let's see, canine parvovirus. In dogs and dogs causes symptoms. The causing symptoms and treatments. Let me see if I can find some background on it here. Is a serious viral infection that dogs can pass on to other dogs. According to American Veterinary Medical Association, dogs with clinical parvo symptoms may die from the infection within 72 hours without immediate treatment. Dogs cannot pass canine parvo to humans, but people may suffer from a type of parvo exclusive to humans. Likewise, cats cannot get parvos from dogs. The feline virus responsible for parvo is not the same as the dogs. So dogs typically pick up parvo when they lick or sniff the feces of an infected dog. Once the virus is ingested, it begins invading cells in the dog's throat tissues. From there, the virus enters the bloodstream and starts attacking cells in the dog's bones, marrow, lymph nodes, and intestines. So that's why they don't drink and eat no more after when they catch that.
Damn.
I've had a couple puppies catch it, man. It's not like I said, and when it says they can die within a few days, it's not no lie. Okay, Cali's only 1 hour difference. Okay. I like Chihuahuas, bro. Is that cool, or should I get a pit bull? Nah, Chihuahuas are cool. Parvo's fucker, bro. Fucking pits. The dog didn't have its shots, bro. Yeah, well, you have to. Okay, so when you get a puppy, when you get it from a breeder, usually they have at least the first shot and sometimes the second shot. So basically, what happens is you got to get 3 of them, right? So you get the first. It's like a 9-1 or 8-1, something like that. And what happens is you get the shot, and then 4 to 6 weeks later you get the second one, and then 4 to 6 weeks after that you get the third one. Usually, once they get that third shot as a puppy, and this is usually around let's see, usually by the time they get that third one, they're usually around 4 months, 6 months, something like that. Usually they don't catch the shit. No, parvo, P-A-V, it's P-A-R-V-O, parvo. Yeah, and it's caused from other dog shit. I've had 2 puppies that caught it that I didn't even know. I didn't even know what I was dealing with. And at the time, I'll be honest, I wasn't really interested in they didn't have no attachment to me. You know what I mean? So I didn't know really what was going on with it. And then I didn't have attachment with the dogs. But then later, I regretted that later, because once I did learn about it, then I knew that it wasn't that it was serious, don't get me wrong there. But I found out that it was, you could treat it either through the vet, which it is expensive, but you could treat it at home too. And they give it's like Pedialyte, because the dogs are dehydrated, because like I said, it attacks their throats and their intestines, so they're not hungry no more and they're not thirsty. You know what I mean? And then it attacks them elsewhere as well. What do you say? My boy only needs his rabies shot now. Yeah, Marky Mark got a cool little brindle. I think he said he's 5 months old. He's like close to 40 pounds. And he's got championship bloodlines. His grandfather's I think he said a grand champion or grand master champion. Yeah, I got a picture of him.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I seen pictures. Yeah, Mark the fucking man.
Yeah, he's You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put his business out there, but he's definitely he's got it going on. I'll just say that.
He's a thorough
Yeah.
dude, man. He's
Yeah.
who he is. He don't fucking change who he is. He's consistently who he is, and you can't ask for that any more than that. And that's the problem. If more motherfuckers were consistent in who they are, half this shit won't go on like that. You know, just be consistent in who you are.
Yep. Marky Mark, it kills the dogs within like 3, 4 days. It'll kill the dog if you don't get it treated. But I the last time I had it, my puppy had it, and I gave him they were big, huge pills, and you have to put it in his mouth, and you got to hold his mouth so that he'll swallow it. And you give him that pill. I think it was one, if I remember correctly, it was once or twice a day, and then you force him to drink. You give him like a Pedialyte, like Gatorade type drinks, and then eventually he'll beat it. You know, he or she will beat it. And then before that, with his dad, I had him at the vet because I didn't know what was going on, and I took him to the vet, and it was bad too, man, because it was the point where he was bleeding out of his ass and shit like that.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I took him. I had this kid ride him down on the bike down to the vet, which was only like 3 blocks from where I lived, and he rode him down there. And then because I didn't want to, that shit spreads. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if the animal is on the grass, it'll seep into the dirt. And then anytime any other puppies come around, it's just dangerous. It's scary. You know what I mean? And then if you have dogs like in kennels on concrete, I suggest you bleach it and and scrub it. You know what I mean? With the hose and and like a push broom. You know what I mean? But I had him take him down there. I went in the vet. He told me what it was going to be. It was $90 a day. He was in there for 7 days or 6 days. So I was paying him $90 a day, 6, 7 days. But again, you got to keep in mind, this was 20 years ago. This was like no, actually it was a little longer than that. It was like 22 years ago. This was like 2000, 2001. So it's deadly. I want you dudes to come out to my pad, stay for a month. Yeah, a month. That's a long time, but yeah, I want to. I want to definitely. If I head down that way, I want to meet up with you. Yep, it's contagious, deadly. My homie's dog died of cancer, bro. That's a trip. I never knew dogs can die of that. Yeah, they got cancer. I remember this dude, man. It's a trip, man. This dude used to shoot his dog up with dope. He used to hit him with dope, man. He would. Now I think that it's crazy, but his dog was in such pain. He would, he thought he was helping his dog by doing this. You know what I mean? He shaved one of his paws right above his paw because the dog's got those big veins, and
Yeah.
he shaved them there, and man, he would literally fix them. Crazy. Thinking
He
back on
made
it,
his
but
he made his time on this planet a little bit better, I guess. You know,
yeah,
people they react differently, but that's the thing with animals, man. They become like children to you, and when it's that time, oh, forget about it, boy.
oh, look at this one. Chale, I wouldn't want Lou at my pad. He a Raider. Poodle Rams. Poodle,
Fucking just chilling.
Poodle Rams. Really. Fucking it was a trip too. I don't know how this happened, man, but I had ordered some gear, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was 2 hats, 2 Raider hats, and something else. I don't remember what the third item was, but for whatever reason, when my box comes, I have 2 items that are Dodgers, and one item was LA Rams, and I'm like, what the fuck? So there happened to be one of the guys on my crew was a Dodger fan, so I sold him the 2 Dodger items, and the other thing, which were Rams, they were Van shoes, and they were Rams. So there's this cat that I know that's from he's from North Hollywood, boys, and he has a channel, American Cholo. I sent them to him through the post office, and he got the shoes and he posted them. The homie up north shot me these. Obviously weren't his size; they were my size, but I sent them to him because uh like to put him, because he started building like a little studio, for his channel.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I figured,
yeah. Put them
yeah,
up
so I figured,
in their
yeah,
decoration.
yeah, exactly. So I figured he could put them up, somewhere, because they're brand new shoes, and they were, they had the Rams logo on them. It was cool. You know what I mean? He thanked me. He posted it saying that, look at the homie sent me, so it was cool.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So I went to the like I said, I went to the post office, sent it to him. He gave me the address. Like I said, I sent it to him. It was all good. Let's see.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's that's good stuff, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people won't even do that. I mean, they want to sell it, you know what I mean? And I just didn't know, there was no need for me. It's not like I was hurting for money or nothing, so I sent them to him.
Yep, no, you did the right thing, and it is what it is. I forgot to tell you earlier, Grant called us said to tell you what's up. So he's sending his regards to you and Nelson.
Yeah, tell him. Yeah, if you see him back, tell him I sent mine likewise to over the pond to Scotland.
My man Grant. That's one of the ones, and that I always gonna have the mad respect for that man. And you know what? And the respect is mutual because he was over there in stand-ups defending me. He was like, people could feel how they want. He goes, that's everybody's opinion. He goes, but I like that man. He was like, and that's where we at. And I'm like, exactly. Not everybody gotta like everybody, but if I rock with you, I rock with you. Why would I not rock with you because somebody else don't like it? Fuck out of here with that fake shit. I'm tired of that romper room shit.
Right. Yeah, and he turned, and I'll be honest. At first, I didn't dig him. He didn't dig me, but it ended up being not what it was cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like that. And then he came to terms to find out that I wasn't like that. What he thought. You know what I mean? Next time I'm not at work, I'll come on the panel with you guys, bro. Been a while since we chopped it up. Yep, all good. All good.
Hell yeah, just chilling, no doubt. Yeah, same thing with Grant. Like me and Grant, we would go at it. Like the two that was the most was Ramundi and Grant. They would go at me, and we would have a back and forth. But we always kept a mutual respect. And then later on down the line, you know what I'm saying, I got mad at Grant because he was going at a particular female, and I couldn't understand why. But then I found out the real reason later on. And I apologized to him, and it was all good, and it's been good all the way since. Like right now, we're being ripped across the community, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, when you got certain people that you actually have a respect for, and it's reciprocated, I could care less what the other fucking 20 clowns got to say when there's a person that I rock with, that I have a respect for, and it's mutual. I'm good with that. I'd rather have one good stand-up dude rocking with me than 20 ass fake love motherfuckers.
Yeah. And I'm starting to be honest with you, yeah, you're right about that. And I'm gonna make it clear right here and right now. I don't need to prove shit. The person that's making the accusations, they need to prove. Because how can I prove something that never happened? First of all, right? And you're right. I starting to see people that used to call you, this and that, hold you in decent, in high regards, and a lot of people, my brother, and now they're nowhere to be found because they don't want to rock that boat. They do not want to be caught socializing with you, even if it's just hello in your chat. It's that, like you said, that mob mentality. They're afraid that they'll come at somebody will come at them. You know what I mean? And that just shows that they never were really about it. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And you see it play out firsthand. There's a content. Let me rephrase it. There's a subscriber, and I'm not gonna say his name, but me and you, we talked about him. That one day he was pro us, and then the next day we'd see him in another chat, and he'd be saying something sideways. Well, he asked a couple of questions a couple of days ago about something, what was going on, and it just so happens that I happen to be in the chat, and so were you. Well, I watched another content creator go at him, talking about, oh, I seen you having a dialect with the enemy, this and that, and it's like it's ridiculous because they're mad at you. Everybody has to be mad, and if you happen to say hi to somebody, even being polite, they want to go, and it's like, man, I ain't got time for that fake shit. I really don't, bro. That's why I always say it. The best thing that could have ever happened was us taking that stance the way we did regarding everything and distance ourselves from a lot, because I feel so much better. I feel so much better because you worry about it and you're like, oh, I got to be like this because I don't want to, embarrass the people that I'm around. And now it's just like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to represent me, represent my brothers, and a few of the people that I still rock with, and screw everybody else with all that. I'm mad at them, so you have to be mad, and it's this side and this side, and hey, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yep, exactly. Tim Egan, you're talking about scared followers. Yeah, there's too many of them. There's too many of them. But you know what? That's fine. They could be like that, but I don't want nothing to do with them. And and the fact that they so many have turned their backs on us, that's fine with me, because they never were, like I said just a minute ago, they never were about it anyways. So I don't want to be around those fake ass people. You know what I mean? Straight up.
No doubt, no doubt. And it's like, and it's not only that, you're a subscriber. If you don't like something or you don't feel like something, you can address it. You don't have to sit there and be fucking quiet because you're scared of being outside. That's why I respect those who speak up. You know what I'm saying? I got the greatest deal of respect, and I'll never forget the ones that spoke up, because you have some that just sit there in the chat and be like, nah, fuck that. You can rip them all you want. I like them. I don't care. And that's what I respect. And then you got some that sit there in the chat be like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Yeah, you shouldn't believe they did it, because we didn't do it, you fucking dumbass. Stop listening to this fucking dumbass feeding you bullshit, and you like a fucking dumbass eating it. Like, fuck out of here with that.
And like I said earlier, this is coming from all people that never show their face, that don't even have their real name. Now, I'm not saying that for everybody. I'm saying that for the ones that like to call people bitches and punks and liars and this and that constantly with no type of evidence, proof, anything, and then are acting like these people are taking their words as justice, as not justice, as gospel. Like what they say is that's it. Oh my God, really? Thanks for telling us. And it's like some of those people that are acting like that and saying those things have actually been on our channel. Some of them never went on a channel, but they went on our channel first on the panel. Some of them are from the same neighborhood you guys are from, right? Then, like I said, take these people's word for it. And I've been on here long enough now. I don't know exactly how long it's been since I first touched the panel or touched in the comment section, but it's been at least probably 2 years in the comment section, and somewhere around 14 months or so in where I've jumped on lives, and I think I've done a pretty good job showing everybody my character, and I don't even normally even like to cuss and cock shit. I don't call people bitches and punks. I don't do that, because you got to, the way I was raised, and Marky Mark, we touched on this before, you got to give that man an opportunity to get with your program if you're going to call him a bitch or a punk. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And people know that. Now, depending where you grew up, sometimes that's the ultimate disrespect, it's just, it is, and so I don't respect, I can't respect that for some of these people, that especially the ones that don't show even who they are and want to constantly clown on people's looks, but yet you can't even get at them because you don't even know what they look like. You know what I mean? He said, I'm cool with everybody, bro, as long as you don't mess with my girl or my money. We good. Yeah. That's cool. But I'll tell you this is what I don't dig, and I know Carlos ain't with it either. There's a lot of people that have wrenches on shows, and then they're right there when people are fucking bashing you, and then they don't say nothing. And then when you take their wrench away, they're like, why'd you take my wrench? Well, it's like, well, why do you deserve a wrench in my chat if you're not even going to speak up for me in the very least bit? Like, in other words, you don't have to go at the people and go give confrontational with them, but it would be cool if you just said, hey man, ever since I've known so-and-so, he's always been cool with me, nothing but respect. Like a lot of people that don't even have wrenches, such as Stormy Rivers, Black Hat Music. There's been a few other people, you know what I mean? Then there's other people that they'll back your play for you when they're on your channel, but then when they're elsewhere, they're going with that narrative. And not only are they going with that narrative, they're typing in the chat that they're going with that narrative. Like Carlos said, oh, thanks for telling us, that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell no, it's bogus. It's, for instance, like us, and that was the issue. That's what Nelson had. Nelson was like, here's my thing, and Nelson said, he was like, if you're gonna be part of here, you're gonna have a wrench. We did it because we trust you, but if you're gonna have a wrench hanging out in the no-fly zone, and you're going to other chats, and we're getting ripped, we're not asking you to be our defender, but at least one time speak up, say, no, everybody's entitled to like who they want, such and such. But nah, you got some that will sit right there, quiet as all fuck, wait till everything calm down, and then start making comments and act like they never even seen that you were getting ripped. Or the worst is when you talk to them on the goddamn phone and you're explaining to them what's going on, and they're like, damn, that's crazy. I can't believe that. Oh my God, you're right. I see it now. You're absolutely right. And a half an hour later, they're on a goddamn live fucking kissing the person's ass. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so it was all of that. They just got tiring. This is why I distanced myself from the community, because we know it's all fake, it's YouTube, but after a while it bothers you, and you're like, wow, like look at this shit. It goes to show you that these people really don't stand for shit. They talk a good fucking game, but when shit gets hot and heavy, motherfuckers take off to the hills. You know, and that's funny that they say that. I'm saying that now because I've heard that shit this week, and I want to be clear, Glenn, and the fact that my brother's having a live right now shows this. The no-fly zone never left anywhere. Not hiding. We didn't hide. Who the fuck could possibly could scare us to the point where we're hiding? Scared of somebody on YouTube? Scared of somebody on YouTube. What are you going to do to me? You're going to make some videos. You're going to talk about my teeth. You're going to spread some false information. The day that I swear to God that I decide to hide because of trolls or comments, man, I'll close my own goddamn eyes. Are you fucking kidding me? This is fucking YouTube. Fucking YouTube.
There's the link, Mark. Yeah, Carlos, I did a live in Venice Beach. Yeah, I caught some of that. He did a live in Venice Beach. He was on the beach over there. That was cool.
Venice Beach is always jumping.
Yeah, I dropped the link. Mark's right there in the chat. You might have to, like I said, you might have to say go through Google or whatever, but it's self-explanatory. Just make sure you hit the camera.
Yeah. Just don't put him on the live until he goes to the avatar. We don't want, you know, it's Marky Mark already. I've seen bits and pieces of people in the comment section trying to bring up his name. And I'm like, y'all need to just leave that man the fuck alone. He ain't the average YouTube fucking subscriber. And another point that I want to get, and this has nothing to do with the subscribers. I always respect people's anonymity. I will, and I do, as far as subscribers go. But my thing is real simple. If you're going to be up here and you're going to be a content creator and you're going to make videos and you're going to make videos talking about people and bringing up certain things, you know, show your fucking face. All right? You save all that other bullshit. I'm protecting this, protecting that. Get the fuck off of YouTube then. If you can't even sit there and be a fucking man and be full fucking throttle out and open with your shit, you got no legs to stand on with me. And I felt like that in the beginning. Then midway through this fucking mob journey, I started being, it's okay. It doesn't bother me that you don't show your face. Now I'm back to the original shit, especially with all these goddamn YouTube characters popping out of the goddamn woodworks. We got fucking assassins. We got Pope killers. We got fucking combat machines. We got all these motherfuckers creating all these personas behind a goddamn avatar. Don't talk about me. The only time I can expect anything in return is if you sit there and you got your face on and you talking to me, and that's a whole different ball game. But if I need to hear you on a goddamn audio behind an avatar, fuck out of here. I'm not even entertaining that shit.
I'm scared of my mama when she rolls up with the mop.
We all are. The mop, the chancleta, whatever was close by.
Yeah, you're right. You're right with that. I'll say that. I'll just leave it alone, man. I went somewhere the other day and I made my stand, what I had to say. I let it at that. I don't know if these people thought I was trying to get in good graces with them. It's not the case. I don't give a flying fuck about that. You don't like me because something I said, something I did. You feel I shouldn't have did this, but don't come out here making a fucking bone-faced lie about me. That's what I don't like. And so I confronted them about it in the chat, and for the longest they ignored it. And then there was another content creator was on as a guest, and she went ahead and read it. And I do appreciate that because I was being ignored for a minute there. You know what I mean?
Oh, they read your shit. They knew exactly what it was. They just weren't going to put it up because it don't suit the narrative.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you can sit there and you can make it somebody's looks and do all of this and say all of this other stuff and have all these parties and go at certain people, but yet you have yet to fucking put your fucking face on the screen and man, save all that cowardly shit. I don't respect that. I respect a motherfucker to show his face, ain't hiding behind some shit. You know, if you out there.
I'm gonna say this too. You calling somebody a gorilla's name, right? Okay, I don't watch dude. I don't comment dude's channel. I don't agree with a lot of things he says, but using that, calling somebody a harambe is only one reason. It's a racial slur. I don't dig it. Now, there's a lot of people that say that, and that's about the extent of it with these people. But there's some people that go beyond that, where they're calling people bean eating motherfuckers, banana boat riding motherfuckers, and all these other type of fucking racial slurs. Which, when one person comes out with 5 or 6 different racial slurs, I mean, that's a pattern right there. That you can't just say, oh well, they're just going with the narrative on certain things. Yeah, there's a pattern there, and it's been saying, I've been hearing it come out way too much. Now I let it bounce off, or I don't even know how to state this, but I use it sometimes now in my intro because it's comical how, again, somebody behind the avatar's got so much to say about people. You know what I mean? Let's see what you look like, because I'm pretty sure we can pick up something on your flaws to make fun of you about. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but they won't do it. I went through that tonight. I had a particular content creator in the chat, and he's just going to town. And I broke it down a couple times and basically told him, you don't gotta like me. I could care less if you like me or any of your crew fucking like me. But at the end of the day, you got no legs to stand on. Can't call me a crackhead. Don't talk about my teeth. Don't talk about none of that when you hide behind a goddamn fucking avatar. I don't care how ingenious you are with your words or how much comedy shit you got. You're behind a fucking avatar. Nobody knows who you are. So you have no legs to stand on in regards to accusations of women beaters and this and that, because nobody knows who the fuck you are. You, for all we know, you could have beat 5 women and testified against 30 people. You're a fucking avatar. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. How the fuck I'm supposed to be worrying about what the hell you got to say? You too goddamn pussy to even put your face on a goddamn camera. It's just that simple.
Yeah, but wait a minute. They got a newborn in the house. They don't want to be swatted. Come on, man. Ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I heard tonight, my message doesn't have to, my message is the same whether you see my face or not. That's an excuse that you're using. There's no validation behind that shit. It's kind of like the movement. And I was talking with another content creator. I was reinforcing the thing that I told him a while ago. I said people will gravitate to a movement for camouflage. It has always been that way, and it will not change. I was like, they'll celebrate one movement for a fucking little while, and then when the next movement jumps in, they all behind that movement. I watch it go from we push back to team such and such, and it's just like, come on, man, pick one. And half of you motherfuckers that are representing a movement nobody even knows who the fuck you are. You could be representing a movement that's against rats, and you could have brought in 20 people. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. You behind a goddamn avatar. So it is what it is. It's just the normal stuff that goes on in the community that people tend to forget about. I'm sorry. I'm not fucking grabbing all my eggs and putting them all in the same basket and holding on somebody that's never showed his goddamn fucking face. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
It's like you, but you got every reason to be mad, bro. Listen, people could come at me and Nelson, and we understand why, because we've done some stuff and we've admitted our shit. But you ain't never did nothing, and to be lumped up in the bullshit just because of us. And now that when you hear what the bullshit is, I heard it again today, and it was funny. Here's the latest. We gave South Florida fake information on 4-leaf payback. Well, which one is it? What are we exactly accused of? Of giving fake information or the real information? Because from what I know, this person been doxxed 4 or 5 different times. We got everything from fucking Paul to Peter to Mark to So, but it goes to show you it's bogus. No time did nobody dox 4-leaf payback to no South Florida. Nobody even give a fuck about 4-leaf payback. Why should we go crazy trying to dox somebody we already know to be a goddamn fraud? We just said this shit clear as day. Tired of repeating it.
Mark, what up?
We're good, my boys.
What up, my G?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
No echo, everything straight?
You good?
Yeah, you good.
Cool. What's happening?
Stop pimping.
What we got talking about?
The same old fucking same old song and dance, baby boy. That false bullshit, trying to put a fake jacket on us, man. You know what I mean?
Who's doing that? Who's trying to put a fake jacket on you?
All right, that's the latest. 4-Leaf Tayback said that we doxed him with fake information to the dudes in South Florida, and that ain't the case.
Yeah. I don't know too much about all that shit, but I'm just finishing up my night, man. Fucking checking out the Mature Retreat cash scene was good.
Yeah. How's it? Is it windy down there? Yeah.
Nah, but it's supposed to start raining any minute. The phone said it was gonna rain at 10 o'clock tonight, so I'm just waiting for that shit. I'm trying to get home, put this car in the garage real quick.
Yeah, it was raining. It was raining here today. Today it rained. It rained here today.
Was it?
Yeah, and it was really
traveling
windy.
down this way. I was just about to ask you what's up with the weather up there.
Yeah, it's windy. It was real windy, and then that died out. But it's kind of cold tonight.
Yeah, the weather's great. How was it last night for the trick or treating and shit? Was it cool?
Oh, it was cool last night. Yeah, it was cool last night. Yeah, it was cool.
You guys had a good time?
Yeah, it was cool. It's just skimpy on the candy, bro. They don't give candy out.
I was just gonna fucking say that shit. I went with my daughter, her little friend, my little girl, 16, right? Check this shit out. So we go to usually the same place every year. When we were kids, they was giving out fucking big, the king size candy bars and shit. And if you were fucking slacking on giving out candy, you got your house fucked up. You know what I mean? You got at least your pumpkin smashed, break your windows, fucking scratch your cars. So last night we're trick or treating. And I told my stepdaughter, she's 23. She went, she dressed up and shit. She went with us just to keep an eye on the youngsters, the little kids. And I go, let me see your bag. And she opened the bag, bro. And we had been trick or treating already for about 45 minutes to an hour. And I fucking shit you not. There was maybe 9 little ass pieces of candy in there, dog. And she had a little fucking bag. And I was like, what the fuck? That's it? Bro, everything's just skimpy as fuck these days, man. People fucking, they don't got the money to give shit out. Inflation and all that shit. Motherfuckers are tripping, bro.
Economy's bad. Damn. Poor kids.
Well, they had a lot of candy. They did have a lot of candy. These people, they were just giving 1 piece per bag.
One piece.
The place that we go, we've been going there for off and on for 15 years, something like that. And literally, there was thousands of people on the street. I mean, it was.
Yep.
I mean, you were literally back to back with these people going down the streets, the sidewalks, and then there's like maybe 4 or 5
people fucking crowded on the sidewalks. Stopped. I went through all that shit last night too.
Yeah. I posted. If you go to my shorts, I posted like 7 different houses with their decorations, the lights and different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was popping, man. But just like I said, skimpy on the candy. And you're absolutely right, Tim Egan. Exactly what you said. That's where all this shit started from. Was from that word right there, wrench.
Which word?
Wrench.
Wrench? What? Like wrench? Fucking wrench hose?
Yeah. Get a butter over wrench.
Or fucking wrench sluts.
Yeah.
No, I started thinking, I was like, fuck, man, is it because what time did you guys go out last night?
Probably let's see, about 6.
Yeah, we went out about 7. So I was like, man, is it because we fucking came out late and everybody got candy before them? But I was checking everybody. I was like, because one of my homeboys was down there and same shit with him and his son. He's like, nah, bro. So yeah, the economy's fucked up, like Carlos said. That you could even feel it with the trick or treating shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was either that. Well, this neighborhood, like I said, they always come, especially the ones that live in the court. They come together and they make like a big old deal, and it was a lot of the courts were blacked out, the houses.
Yeah. Don't come to our door.
But with the ones that did put out the decorations and stuff, you can tell they spent a lot of money on some of these things, man. So maybe it could be either that, but I mean, everything's went up.
Hey,
bro.
Listen, bro. If you're gonna fucking go all out and decorate, man, go out with a bang and fucking get a fuck ton of candy. You know what I mean? Shit, go to the fucking 99-cent store, buy a gang of fucking bags. Do it right.
Yeah, you can get good sized bags at like Walmart for a couple dollars. You know what I mean? Because I remember that year when I did with my car club, the trick or treat thing where you decorate you open up your trunk of your lowrider and you decorate the trunk. And I remember I bought like 4 bags of candy, big ones, and then I bought little smaller bags, like 4 or 5 different ones, and I had a lot of candy I came back with, and I was literally giving away, handfuls. I wasn't doing that one candy shit. You know what I mean?
So what'd you dress up as, dog? I know you fucking
No,
dressed up.
I didn't dress up. My old lady dressed up. My old lady dressed up as Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger?
She had that Freddy Krueger fucking sweater with a brim hat and fucking.
So she was a Freddy Krueger then.
Yeah, and then my 11-year-old was a Chola, and then my little one was Sonic. She loves Sonic. She's 6.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do my shit on Sega, bro, when I was a little kid.
And my granddaughter my granddaughter was Moana.
What about you, Los? What you end up doing, bro?
What's up, bro?
What'd you end up doing last night?
Nah, I stayed home, man. I was kind of upset because the kids' moms didn't want to bring my son and my daughters over because they live about 45 minutes away. So I just said, you know what? I put candy outside the door, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just get my head right and just chill home.
Hey, so you're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
South Florida?
Central Florida.
Okay. And baby mama's out there too with you? That's cool. She's like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, she stays cool. On the Disney side, the Kissimmee side, or Disney. Yeah.
How many kids do you have? You don't mind me asking?
Oh, I got 3 out here and 2 up north.
Right on. Okay. Yeah, you was telling me about your boy. I don't know if you were.
Yeah,
your pride and joy right there, your little boy, right?
Yeah, my little partner. I miss him, but
your little man's right there.
Yeah, I told you guys why I had to go have him send to go live with his moms. It's probably better for him, But yeah, I miss my little partner, but he's still doing good. He's rebelling a little bit over there with moms because. With me, I ain't play that shit. But
yeah, no, it's always gonna be like that. It's always gonna be like that with mom and dad. You know what I mean? Pops is always gonna lay the law down, even with the little girls, bro. Just like, hey, we were even talking about it earlier with the dogs and the puppies. People fucking wanna, bro. Oh, try owning a fucking pit bull, any puppy, man. They get out of fucking control. They don't want to listen. You gotta check that dog, bro, and then you gotta give it love after. You know what I mean? That's the only way it's gonna work, bro. Like I said, you don't let your fucking kids walk around and piss on your fucking carpet. Why would you let your dog do it? You go, what are you gonna do? You gotta fucking, the dog's gotta learn, just like a kid.
Exactly. I was glad you was over there today, because at the end of the day, it's like me. I made my stance as how I felt about Tony for the longest. But you know what? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna be on the live stream just ripping him. I have respect for that man's show. Tony knows how I feel, but we've always had that mutual respect. We go at each other. I know what he is, and he knows what I am, and it is what it is. But yeah. People just need to leave him being the dog. At the end of the day, it's his dog.
It's his dog, bro. Look, Lou knows, the way we're schooled maybe a little bit different. Listen, you can't tell another man what the fuck to do, bro. A man's gonna do what a man's gonna do, and if you don't like it, you can't reach through the fucking screen and grab the motherfucker by the neck. So you just turn it off. That's it. You know what I mean? People get a little bit too involved with that shit, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll turn the shit. I got a life, man. You know what I mean? Like, this shit's not that serious to me, bro. I come on to have a good time, not fucking, be pissed off and start shit with people. If I can't reach you to slap the shit out of you, I don't even want to bother with you, man.
Yeah.
No, we got to deal with fucking real life shit every day, as men and the women that are involved with everybody's got to deal with the real life shit, bro. You know what I mean? You can go, just going to the gas station, you don't want to slap a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I don't want to worry about some dude over the fucking internet I don't even know.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, in real time, you got people dying in real time. Look. Lost somebody today. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah, and that goes too. That's why you can't respect it. Anybody that's about that life or lived it at one time does not respect the motherfucker calling everybody a bitch and a punk and can whoop everybody, and you can't respect it. Now, who knows? In real life, some of these people might be real gangsters, but it's just weird how they fucking if that's the case, why would you even do what you're doing? I don't got time for it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, R.I.P. to Takeoff, man. That guy lost his life too early, bro. R.I.P. to that guy and his fucking family, man. That's fucked up. It's fucked up to see anybody die, you know, young and in their prime and shit. You know what I mean? Get taken too early. I'm sure you guys have witnessed it. I witnessed it. I witnessed a fucking murder at fucking 15 years old, bro. I watched my cousin get smoked, shot in his head, sitting right next to me. You know what I mean? It was a drive-by, and they got us. You know, so it's always sad, man, to see somebody get taken early like that, bro.
It's true, man. It's hard to be a rapper right now with everything. Rappers are targets right now.
That shit's trendy as fuck right now, bro. To like kill a motherfucker in the rap game. It's a fucking trip. It's wrong though.
That dude was from the Migos.
Yup.
Yeah, bro. He was one of the quiet ones out of the group.
Yeah, off.
He got killed.
He did like a lot of the ad libs and shit. You know, the background shit, all that shit. You know, he was dope. He was dope though.
He got killed in Texas.
I don't know the specifics, man, but I know he got killed. I don't know exactly. I know he got shot, right, Los?
Right, yeah, they saying he got killed in Texas. They saying that it was over a dice game, and some are saying it was an accident, but supposedly it was allegedly one of his bodyguards. So that goes to tell you, shit is crazy. Killed by the guy that's supposed to protect you.
Always the closest ones to you, man. Sometimes it's how it goes. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers get killed for the stupidest shit.
Leonardo Romano said he got killed by accident, dice game, wrong person.
Damn.
Oh, so he shot the wrong dude. It must have been like a little melee and shit. Must have been a fucking little brawl type shit. You know, the bullets ain't got no names.
You're absolutely about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was an accident. I even made a video earlier for Lance Off the Yard. You know, it was like, man, it was like this shit's trending now with these fucking, you know, it's nonstop the last 2 or 3 years, man. All these rappers getting killed, and I'm like, what is it? Is it because they're flashing?
2 or 3 years. It's been heavy 2 or 3 years, but that shit's been going on since the fucking early 90s, bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that shit started with Pac. I mean, wasn't there a cap before? I mean, dudes have always been getting killed in that game, bro. You know, I mean, they're street dudes, you know, and they're talk, you know, street poem. You know, and they're living that lifestyle. And when whatever you're doing in life, bro, you're talking about it and you're bringing that energy towards you. That's the kind of shit that happens. You know what I mean? The mind, you can psych your mind down when you start talking and living that lifestyle. That's the kind of shit that's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, you had Black C, Mr. C from RBL get killed in the 90s. You had Rapidon from Bad Influence. You had Seagrams. You had Scary X. These are all Bay Area rappers.
You reading Google right now?
No.
That's on top of the dome. Damn, bro. That's a good ass fucking memory.
Bro, that nigga's the statistic king.
Then you had like you said, Pac, Biggie. You had there's been a lot.
Nipsey just got, and then it started popping real heavy after Nip got popped out here.
Yeah. And then you know what? I'm gonna
again.
keep it real too. All these cats since Nipsey on to present day, I never even heard of none of these. Even Nipsey Hussle, I never even heard none of his songs. I used to see his name in the catalogs when I was in the pen of the
you were doing time. Yeah, I fuck with Nipsey tough, bro. It's a lot of his shit was dope. I knew some people that knew through other people that had known him, like second and third party type shit. You know what I mean? But I got some good ass fucking music. A lot of his shit was good. He was a different type of dude. You know, you could recognize and hear it. You know, when someone's on another level, more real. You know what I mean?
Leonardo Romano said apparently friendly fire shot him in the head when the rival shot back and hit him in his torso. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but all I know is he wasn't the target. Yeah.
Well, nobody's gonna talk, but I'm sure somebody's gonna have to get, you know, put in cuffs for that, right? I would imagine so, right? I mean, if it's a security guard, he's probably got a fucking, you know, a permit to carry a weapon. I don't know, man. You know, who knows? Have to watch it play out, I guess.
You know, you know what? That's another thing. Now that you brought that up, you said somebody got to get in cuffs. Going back to the initial topic of the video or the live.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy the Bull, like I said, I don't believe a lot of the shit he says, most of it. So he says that him and Gotti were sitting in a car close to the Spark Steakhouse. I don't believe that. I think that's what, like Carlos had mentioned a couple of days ago, that's what the feds, the narrative they wanted to push. Okay, now why is it that he told on all these guys, you know, he told on what happened, that he was part of putting this together, he orchestrated it. How come none of those dudes that were supposedly the shooters and the backup shooters were ever charged with anything? Why was it only John J.Gotti?
Yep.
I don't know, bro. Let me think about that real quick. How come none of the shooters were charged? Sammy fucking told. Fuck, man. I don't know. I
Because
don't know. They didn't have enough. I guess his word wasn't good. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't there, but I think he was there. I don't see why he would say he was there if he wasn't. What would be the point of that?
Why would John Gotti be there? If John Gotti's supposed to take over the family and something goes wrong, how would
he wanted to make sure it went down, bro? That was a big fucking deal, man, to make sure that guy got taken out. He probably wanted to oversee it. You know what I mean? Just like when you're at work and you got a big ass fucking situation, a big major job, something super important. Maybe there's a superintendent going to check on you. You probably want to oversee it to make sure somebody ain't fucking up, right? I mean, that's a major deal, bro. He probably didn't want something to go. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't believe that. I believe that's why he reached out to Chico. Chico was inside of the restaurant. That's why Garano was involved. That's why he had the walkie-talkies and he put everybody together. If something went wrong, then John got arrested too, because Sammy the Bull said he was there as potential backup shooter as well. So this is what it boils down to in my belief. I believe that the federal government pushed that narrative saying that they were there. So he was obviously a very important witness, right? And they wanted John Gotti that bad. Obviously, they wouldn't have made that deal with him, right? And they wanted him that bad. That's why he was the only one that went down. Nobody else went down.
For it to work the way the government drew it up with Sammy, they had to be able to put Sammy there on the site of the hit so he can be credible as a witness. And my honest opinion, and this is from mad people, John, whether you like him or not, and he doesn't get credit, you get authors that rip him, feds rip him, that he was a stupid man. John was extremely intelligent. There is no way in hell that I'm going to believe that John Gotti was sitting in a fucking car while this shit was going down. It's not going to happen. It's something that Sammy put because it brings validation to the fact that we were there and we had a part to do with this hit. And, I don't see it. There's no way in hell you're gonna make me believe John was in the car watching it. Nah, it's not gonna happen.
All right. Now back to Nipsey. So Leonardo Romano said Nip is most definitely a legend. Issue is what he did was wrong. Now I don't know if what you're referring to is him calling that dude a rat, right? I'm big on this. You don't call nobody rats unless you got the paperwork there. And now this is not behind the wall. This is on the street. Same thing when it comes to my opinion. So I don't know if he actually ever seen paperwork or anything on this guy that he told on. I know that the dude got it in county jail though a while back. I know he got beat up pretty good.
He'll get beat up for the rest of his time in there. See, I'm starting to listen to Nipsey now, and it's sad that sometimes, we give flowers to them after they have passed. But I never got into it. But I started listening to his shit, and he was a deep ass brother. But yeah. What he did was he asked that man, the word on the street is that you're no good. You need to straighten this out, basically is what he told him. And this kid, with the reaction that he did, I believe he was no good from the door.
Yeah, I don't know much about the story.
He gotta eat what he laid out for himself, because it ain't over for him. No matter where he goes in the system, they coming at him, and it won't stop.
Tim Egan said, like I say, I take anything Gravano says with a grain of salt. Have no way of knowing if Gotti was there, but something that big, I would want to be there. You would want to be there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. That's why, again, Frankie DeChico was there. He was part of it. He was in the restaurant. And supposedly, allegedly, Castellano was going there to meet with them. And not only did they take out the boss, they took out the number 2 guy now, which was Bilotti. You know what I mean? He could have been killed for being called a rat, though.
Yeah.
He could have been killed for being called a rat.
Yeah, that's a possibility, because if you look at it from the mind of Eric Holder, probably say to himself, if he's saying this about me, who knows what else is out there? His word carries, because all Nipsey had to do was tell a few people that this kid is no good, and that would have been the axe for him. So he took it to heart and did a stupid ass move, and now he got to live with that for the rest of his life because he's far from being done. He's just started his life in there, and they are not gonna leave him alone.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, was he also?
Oh,
Is he also from the '60s? Is he also from the '60s? I don't know.
He's supposed. I don't know if he was jumping into the neighborhood or not. I don't know, bro. But yeah, he's from that. He's right there from that spot, right there in Crenshaw, where the '60s are all at. He's supposed to be from right there. But that dude was a little bit off. He was kind of a J cat. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, we don't know exactly how it went down, but homie was off, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't right. He wasn't right in the head. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so then most likely if he's a J cat, he's gonna be on hot meds, and he probably he'll be on hot meds, and he probably won't be on a functioning yard, I would imagine. I know one of
Drill 5K. I know one of Tommy Bellatti's daughters married my friend's dad. She's a nice lady.
Yeah,
I know Tommy Bellatti's brother Joe. I was with him in MCC. Now Joe was
supposed to be a tough guy.
Good dude. Oh yeah, he a fucking tough guy. He ain't fucking playing. While we were in the hole together, he was in there because he whooped the dude in the goddamn visiting room.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a tough guy. I don't know what Mark, you still there? I think he lost his.
Yeah, his reception been going in and out, but nah, Joe was good. We spent 3 days in the cell, and we kicked it and we talked. And one thing I can say about that man, stand up man, did not touch anything with the life. And he would tell me, he goes, "Stop talking about that lifestyle. Lifestyle's garbage." And I was like, "Damn, this dude is official," you know. But he was just basically giving me, even in the hole, he was giving me advice, telling me, you know what I'm saying, this lifestyle's garbage, all this shit is bullshit. If you get a way to get out of this bad boy, you just do your stuff and then get out of the streets. And I was like, damn, another one giving good advice. And that's how you could tell the real OGs, because even though they got both feet in that lifestyle, they'll tell somebody else or a younger person to get out of the streets, and that I can respect.
And according to Sammy, Joe had like 8 or 9 kids, and so did Tommy. And according to Sammy, again, he saved Joe's life.
Yeah. He saved Joe's life. Shit, Joe had a lot of people. Joe was more liked than his goddamn brother. Joe was just a good man. He was a lot more respected than his goddamn brother. And he got a big family, and he got some big ass kids. You know what I'm saying? He got big ass kids. They wanted, when he had to fight in the visitor room, they was about to fucking have a fucking battle royale in that motherfucking visiting room.
I'm gonna drop the link again, Mark. Hold on. Wait, let me figure this out.
But I met a lot of good men that happen to be from that lifestyle, that just good dudes. When you actually talk to them, it's just like, man, like, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, there's the link. I dropped the link again. Lou saved my life once when he gave me a bag of beans.
Fucking
I had the mad munchies.
Just chilling is crazy. Oh man. Oh, life is crazy. Life is crazy and life is short, man. Just one day at a time, my brother.
Back?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No echo?
No, you're good.
So I was listening. I got an echo, man.
Yeah, I don't even know.
That goes to Panisi. He love fucking with us.
Oh, fuck that fucking guy. Oh, bro, I went at it with that motherfucker one time in the comment section, bro. This fucking guy's such a little bitch.
Yeah, he is.
Such a bitch. Fucking Panisi.
That's how me and Armchair got cool. I used to go in the chat when they had the show together, and I used to give Panisi the blues.
I talked to Tom the other day, man. Tom's all right, bro. Tom's a good dude.
Yeah, I sent him a message earlier.
Yeah, Tom is Tom. Tom, I got no problem with Tom. It's like, you know how I feel about government cooperating with this and my thing with Tom is that, you know, Tom is a civilian. So if he wants to platform them,
Tom's about his podcast business
yes, sir.
type. You know what I mean? Situation.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
he likes to touch on stories, and then he likes to implement the business part of it. You know what I mean?
Well, you see what he's doing, right? He's dropping all the shorts from his old videos. He's getting his algorithm going. You know what I mean? It's all about business with Tom, which is cool.
Yeah. So I sent him a message. I sent him a message earlier. I was hoping he would get on with me here, but he said he was taking care of something with the family, so I think he's gonna come on tomorrow. So we're gonna have another topic tomorrow about how J.Gotti gets the, you know, everybody says he ruined it, everything, you know, single-handedly, which is not true. So hopefully, you know, I mean, not hopefully, but maybe he has a different perspective on it than I do. And we'll touch it tomorrow.
Tom is the boogeyman of this community. He gets blamed for everything that goes on in this motherfucker.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's got good shows. Listen, man, he killed it with the Pablo Escobar's wife video. Nobody had that. Nobody did that. Nobody.
And he did what's the name? Salvo Arena. That was the first interview by him in American soil. You know, an American platform.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then what he had the other day, he had my man Seth Ferranti on. So he's had some good good guests, man. Tom has done some good things. I got no issues with fucking Tom. Tom is all right with me.
Yeah, his library is good.
Yeah. I mean, then he's got the Monsters Inc. What's it called? Not Monsters, excuse me, Mobsters Inc. going.
What do you mean?
He's got a second channel that he inquired.
Oh, Mobsters.
Mobsters Inc. Yeah.
Mobsters Inc.
For some reason, I said Monsters Inc. at first. I don't know why.
No, I did that one day in his channel. He had a live going on, and I'm dropping the links to Mobsters Inc., but I'm putting in Monsters Inc. So people in the chat are like, what the hell is this? Monsters Inc. And I put LOL. And Tom starts laughing on his live, and I was like, I said, let me fix it. It's Mobsters Inc., not Monsters Inc.
Yeah. He's you know, he's you know, he's got his thing going, and you know, I wish him the best. So it's not like you know, he's not a guy, you know, like you guys mentioned. He's a civilian. He's a businessman. He you know, he's curious to hear the business point of views from some of these guys, you know, and for him, he has to interview them, and then eventually he touches the business part of it. You know, it is what it is. I don't knock the guy. He's doing what he's doing.
Oh yeah, his grind is next level, and you know they get mad. Look right now, like what we're talking about, his shorts. You know, 2.5 months ago, he did a whole thing laying out how people benefit from YouTube by doing shorts and doing all this stuff. He did a whole tutorial. Half the people that used to talk shit about him grabbed his tutorial and started doing the same shit, putting up shorts and putting up all this. And I'm saying to myself, here they go. These same people that rip him, make fun of him, and talk about him, they're using his philosophy to promote their shit. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, because they don't want to give the man credit. He's a smart dude. He's a smart guy. You know, this guy has his own business. He has his own magazine he owns. You know, he's written books. You know, he's been to what do you call that? You know, red carpet events where, you know, grand premieres of this and that. He's been to them. You know, he knows people. He's been around people. You know, his mother shielded him from certain, you know, people in the family, but he's connected, bro. I mean, as far as, you know, he has a family member that's married to Sammy the Bull's niece. He has another family member married to somebody from Jog Riggy's family, who was the boss of New Jersey. You know, so he's definitely.
A lot of it is his hustle technique, and like for instance, I can admit it. I don't have that fire, that hustle fire. My shit was when I mostly did my stuff was about the action. See, Marky Mark got that hustle fire. There's certain people that have that hustle fire. Tom has that hustle fire in him. He's gonna do whatever his hustle. He's gonna grind. He's gonna grind and grind and grind, and it's not gonna stop. So I can't knock that, man. My best wishes to him. Keep going forward, Tom.
Yep. And you got to give it to him. he sat back, he reflected on things, he stepped away from things, and now he's, going up, as far as on this platform. And then, like I said, he purchased another platform. I tip my hat to him.
And he's strategic in what he does. Like, I know Tom. Me and Tom, we got a person thinking, I laugh at him. I was like, bro, I said, I watch you. I said, I watch your moves. Everything is strategic. I said, I see what you're doing. What are you talking about? I'm not, listen, we're not going to go into detail, but I watch you. I know, you're pretty smooth with how you do shit. And he'll laugh,
Drito says there's one channel in this community that is optimized to get subscribers besides Tom's and sometimes SoFlo to some extent. That shit matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. You there, Marky Mark? He messed up.
Yeah, he got the ghost of Panisi going hard. Jordo 5K, my dude. Everybody you got to give respects. And Jordo's one. Jordo always gonna have my respect. Because no matter what goes on, if he rocks with you, he rocks with you, and that's what's up. And I've seen Jordo speak up on countless times. Mad respect for that.
Yeah, he kept it real. What I mean by kept it real, however he felt about things, he put it out there. He didn't sugarcoat nothing. He didn't back away from it. Dating way back to, when what's the name? When they found out his identity, he said what he's seen. He put out what he thought and what could have been, and what maybe could have been, but he stuck with it. And he's always been genuine. You know what I'm saying? Stand up with that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he's gonna go visit who he wants, support who he wants, but nobody's gonna be able to fucking mold his brain on who he should like or who he shouldn't. He's gonna have his opinion. He's gonna feel a certain way, and nobody's gonna change it. It doesn't matter that 30 people in the chat feel a certain way. If he don't feel that way, he don't feel that way, and you gotta respect that. And I wish more were like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's a small group of some. And a few of them are females that, at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about certain things, if they decide that they're going to rock with you, they're going to rock with you no matter what the narrative is or what the mob mentality is. They're not vibing with that. Either you accept it or you don't. And that's what I respect. I respect that more now than anything, because we've seen so much fake stuff in the last couple of months that it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep, no doubt. No doubt.
Not everybody gotta like everybody. That's just the thing. That's like tonight. How many videos are gonna be up tomorrow because I hung out a stand-up guy show the whole time on the screen, sharing it with pizza. Just imagine how much it'd be. You know why? Because I didn't want to go at pizza. I told Tony before he got on the show to F himself, and then we laughed about it. And I was like, at the end of the day, Tony's gonna be who he is. I'm gonna be who I am. We don't gotta be best friends, but we're on a platform where the guy invited him on, so I'm not gonna sit up there and not come for a whole fucking hour when everybody in the chat is already doing it. I'm just sitting there just a guest and letting him and giving stand-up guy the respect that that's his guest and let them talk.
Yeah, Drito says, bro, just as some inspiration, I watched a guy today that had 100 videos uploaded at one point with 72 subscribers. He didn't give up, and 10 years later, the dude is at like 7 million subscribers. Yep.
Yeah, it's a grind. It's a grind. That's what I was trying to tell stand-up guy today. Just keep doing your show. Just don't go at your partner no more. Don't give these people the ammunition. Everybody, brothers fight. At the end of the day, all brothers fight. I was like, that man, 60 years. Y'all fought. Hopefully y'all be able to squash this. I said, just don't do it on the show anymore, because it'll give these people ammunition. Give them that much respect of all that, where you just don't talk about it. And hopefully they'll be able to work things out.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't get that. Being acquaintances or friends or however you want to put it for decades, and give people satisfaction to see you go at each other like that. I don't, or not even. It's not even each other. Sometimes it's just one being too aggressive towards the other one.
It's two old timers. They got tempers. Stand up got a temper. Sons of Italy got a temper. They don't like each other what they were talking about, and they bumped heads. They did this a few weeks ago. Hopefully, they'll be able to resolve it. But you know, they both got tempers. You know, they both don't want to be told what the fuck to do or who to see or what to do or where to go. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Right. But you got these people that are feeding into that narrative, planting those seeds. Oh, you'll do better.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I watched it firsthand. I told stand-up guy when he did his show tonight. I said, don't be surprised if you get bombarded. I was like, and don't be surprised if you got the new team Sons of Italy. I was like, these people will grab him and use him as a tool. Like, oh, I can't believe you did that to your buddy and blah blah blah. We're with you. We're gonna back you up and everything. And in all reality, they really don't give two shits what goes on with him. It's just to use him to push that agenda and to go at somebody. You know,
who's in the back? Who's in the back? Who's in the green room? Let me see your face real quick, then I'll put you on.
Show your face, so you don't get on.
You can turn your camera back. Just show me who you are, then you can turn your camera back off, and I'll put you on. But I don't know who this is.
Yeah, don't do it. We ain't falling for that. Too many content creators got nuts for doing something like that.
Yeah, because I don't recognize the name.
Yeah, Drito, they fell out. A little discussion on a guest about a guest that was coming on the show, but hopefully they'll resolve it, you know. Yeah, let them sit in the green room. You know, now this is for the subscribers. We respect anonymity. So if you're a subscriber and you want to come on, show your face, and you can go right back to the avatar. We respect that. But
or if you don't want to show me your face, you can even just put your camera on and let me hear your voice, who you are, and I can, you know, if I know you already, then I'll recognize it, you know, by you saying who it is.
Other than that, you're not gonna get us with that. We done have so many different people showing nuts shots. Salute Mob Tube, and we had so many people doing that troll shit. Now you ain't gonna get that excitement here. Show your face in real quick, and you can get on. Other than that, you'll sit in that green room.
Yeah, show your dirty feet. You know, come on as somebody else, and then you're not them. You know, fuck all that.
Oh, you remember that, bro? I'm not gonna blow that dude. I'm not gonna blow that dude's spot up right here. I'm not gonna do that. But bro, what a dirty dude, bro. Dirt in the toenails, dirt in the fingernails. You just a big fucking slimy pig pen type motherfucker hanging out in the goddamn background. And then the motherfucker goes on other lives and everything, and he got clothes on, and he's acting like normal. Nah, we seen you behind the screens. You thought the camera was off. We seen you digging in your ass, doing all that foul shit. You're a despicable dirtbag, dude. And it's funny, I'm not gonna blow your shit out and put your shit out there, but go wash your ass. Me and my brother seen you behind the screen with your dirty toes, playing with your feet, you funky ass bitch.
Oh shit.
That motherfucker did a live today, and I was just look at the live. Hardly nobody was in the chat. I'm like, this dirtbag. He tried to actually think that we don't know who the fuck he was. You was behind stage, dumbass. We had a couple that came on our show that hit behind stage and thought they were good, that nobody would know who they were.
And not to mention, he was showing off our motherland flag in the background. Dodo bird.
Oh my God, YouTube is crazy.
You know. So I'm letting the link's still in the chat. Mark. I'll probably be on. I'll probably be on a couple more minutes, and then we already been on over 2 hours.
That's what's up. Yeah, Tim Egan.
I appreciate everybody though. I appreciate everybody stopping in, man. We got a little, you know, we got 12 people, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
No, it was fun. We're laughing, and we got to talk. We had Mark jumped on, you know. But Tim Egan is right. You know, I'm with you, Tim. If Sons of Italy was to start a channel today, I'd support him tomorrow. I told stand-up guy on the show, I was like, I'm cool with both of y'all. Y'all fighting, that's between y'all. It's not going to change how I feel about Sons of Italy or stand-up. You know, I just wish they resolved that shit, you know?
Yeah, I just don't like, it's not a good look to me. I don't.
No, it's not.
Guys that been friends too long will give some people the how do you say that? You know, they'll give other people, ammunition, but you know, the satisfaction, there you go, of seeing that. You know what I mean? Especially when they want to push that narrative, you know, and pitch you guys against each other. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I seen it.
The same people that are doing that try to do that with us. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And the same ones that were doing it yesterday. I seen it yesterday. Whoa, they were so happy trying to push that. Oh, can't wait till you get your new channel and this and that, and we got you, and it's fine. Like, oh my God. Like, stop. Those people, those men known each other longer than you've been on this goddamn planet.
Yeah, no doubt. 6 decades, you know, close to 6 decades or just over 6 decades, something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just don't throw no friendship like that, especially over no goddamn fucking YouTube. But they're both fucking stubborn. And like I said, at the end of the day, hopefully they'll be able to have a phone conversation and reach out. Even if they weren't to do the show together, as long as they're good and they're not going at each other and not letting other people wrap them up in this bullshit, that's what I want to see. You know, that's what drew me to their channel, because they were both good men. You know, they just, you know, they got their own ways, but they're old timers. They're set in their ways too. Are you saying they're like Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon? Grumpy old man? Yeah, grumpy old man. Yeah. Or the that's different. I was gonna say that's a different Oscar and Felix, what do they call it? The Odd Couple? Those are different guys. Well, Odd Couple, yeah. Felix and Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah. Walter Matthau's in that too, I believe, right? Ain't he? Yeah, and the newer version of it, yeah. Yep. Yeah, those movies were funny, man. Grumpy Old Man, Grumpier Old Man. They were funny movies. I used to watch The Odd Couple, the series, when I was a kid. I used to love The Odd Couple. Yeah. And then what was that movie? They also did, Jack Lemmon and him did a movie, Walter Matthau, the one where they went on the boat trip. I don't know. I think that one was called, what was it called? Out to Sea or something? Out to Sea, something like that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that one was funny too. Yeah. Yeah, those are good ones. Mark, you coming back or what? He probably not. His phone, you know, Mark's. Well, he said he was gonna jump back on. He texted me and I said, well, probably gonna be, come on. I'm probably gonna be on just a few more minutes. And then he said, it's up to you. And I said, okay, I think here he is. There he is. Boom.
Yo.
Yeah.
I'll try this shit one more time, right?
Yeah.
What are you on? You on the freeway right now or what?
Nah, I just got to the pad, bro. I just literally pulled up to the house. You know, I got a new house. Bought a pad, bro.
Nice.
So, we got some super strong Wi-Fi, some Cox cable. We got the what's it called? Wi-Fi blast or some shit. They're top shit. I fucking finagled them for the best shit for fucking $45 a month. So I got some like tier 5 fucking Wi-Fi over here, bro. Shit's banging. And I got all the you know, you go to Best Buy, when you could buy the they got like a Geek Squad. I don't know if you know about that shit, but you could purchase like a yearly deal with them to where like whatever you buy, like any electronics, TVs, anything, they'll come set that. They'll hang the fucking TVs on the wall for you, right? And they'll set shit up to your pad. So what I did was I purchased a bunch of TVs. I had to furnish this whole pad. I bought a 87-inch TVs, right? And so they had to put these, they're called routers, throughout the house. So there's real expensive routers. So I got one in every room. They're like a web signal that sends it from your modem to all your routers. So everywhere in this pad, it's super, super fucking strong Wi-Fi. So we shouldn't have no problems with cutting out again. And I just walked in the pad, so I'm connected. Oh yeah, you did it right. I know exactly. They're them little square fucking white fucking boxes. They beam that shit all through everywhere. Yep, you got the whole house wired. That's what's up. The whole house is wired, bro. And these little fucking boxes that they got now, I got these. They said these were the best ones. They look like little fucking pieces of furniture, like little decorations. You know, they're not like those old little ugly ones with the little fucking antennas sticking out of them. These things look like furniture, dog. They're nice and they're like super glossy, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's what's up. So because up here where I live on a hill, bro, up on the hill, and it's got fucked up signal up here, and people were, telling they people I know that live on this hill, they dread it, bro, with the Wi-Fi because it's fucked up. It's a dead zone. But if they get down, you can hook it up so we don't have those issues. So we on fire. Yeah. So we got talking about.
We're talking about They were talking.
Some
Carlos
gangster
was talking
shit.
about Son of Italy and stand up guy.
So what's going on with them?
I want them to get back. They're fighting over some bullshit. And I told stand up today, just don't air y'all both of y'all business
Yeah,
out on the
man.
live.
Exactly. Don't do that shit. You guys, those guys have been friends for like fucking 60 years, man. Don't do that shit on fucking anywhere other than on the phone with each other or face to face. That's that's where they fucked up right out the gate doing that shit like that, letting everybody fucking see them air their grievances out.
Exactly.
That was kind of stupid bonehead move right there, but is what it is. Some of them boomer cats, man. No disrespect to anybody that's a boomer, but some of them dudes are fucking tech illiterate. You know what I mean? And they don't understand that type of shit, man. The consequences of some of these things that happen like that. Anyways.
Yeah,
exactly.
Plus, you don't want to give people that are trying to push that narrative and hammer that wedge between them, give them that satisfaction. You know what I mean?
Other people involved in some shit they really shouldn't even be involved. They don't even know the fucking first thing about that relationship. Everybody's got an opinion, bro. And opinions are like fucking assholes. Everyone has them. They all fucking stink.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
What you got going on tomorrow, fellas? What you guys doing tomorrow? Boy, Carlos, you both working, right?
Yeah, I was off today. My boss had to go to a funeral, so I was off. I didn't have to do that, but I'm definitely working tomorrow. I got to finish this house tomorrow.
There you go.
Hopefully, I'm back on Monday because OSHA shut the site down for a couple weeks.
Fucking OSHA, man. They're always in the fucking way, huh?
Yeah, bro. Fucking OSHA. Yep.
Guys weren't wearing their. I guess they were going up. They were wearing the harnesses, and a lot of guys were wearing their helmets, and so
they were doing that shit in front of OSHA.
I think what happened was, pictures were taken, and then sent in, and then
damn, that's some fucking rat shit.
We got these guys picketing out there. They're union workers, so they're picketing right in front.
Oh, okay.
And I think what happened was they took some pictures and then sent them into OSHA. And then when OSHA came out, they did find somebody not using the harness.
What, your crew?
No, not my crew.
Yeah, that's the type of shit you get fucking fired over, bro.
Yeah. OSHA would shut that shit, the whole job site the fuck down. One person without a harness.
Yeah, OSHA don't play.
Yeah, that's what they did. 2 weeks.
What do you do? What do you do, Lou? On a city type construction crew, or what do you do, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
I run the flaggers and the traffic control.
Okay. Yeah. I got a homeboy down here. He works for the city of Carson. He works for the city, but they're like subcontracted construction companies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they fucking my boy, he's the boss, bro. He's been doing it a long time. He's my age, but he's a year older than me. He's 40. He just turned 40. So what they do is like when you drive through the city, they work on bridges, they work on everything, but they do decorations like type shit, like meaning like when you enter the city of Carson over here in the harbor area, when you enter the city of Carson coming from the west side, there's a big ass fucking ball, like a big concrete ball, and it's smooth as a fucking baby's ass, right? But this thing's probably 20 feet by 20 feet tall by 20 feet wide, and it's a complete circle. The thing weighed like fucking 50 tons, man. But they built that and they put it there and bolted it all down. He does that kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like they built structures and decoration type shit for the city. But he's got a good ass job, and he's the type of homie that's like, yo, anybody needs a job, a stepson, a cousin, a friend, or I'll get him a job. He's that type of dude. Only fuck with solid A1 motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't do that no more. I don't get nobody on because I can get it.
Yeah,
I get on my kid like that. I don't do it no more because they just. Yep. And this is some family and and then a couple one dude I knew from the pen. I brought him in, and immediately from his very first day, bro, he didn't show up. Next day he shows up like 4 hours late, and then the whole time he was just coming in when he wanted to. Every day, bro, he would come in at 10, at 11, once at 12:30. He's supposed to be there at 6:30 in the morning. I told him, bro, I would have never done this.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the same thing with him. But he told me, he's like, you're the only motherfucker I'll get a job. He was like, yo, tell your stepson. I was like, nope. Nope, I ain't doing it because I already know what's gonna happen. That fool's not gonna show up. He's gonna do some bonehead shit. You know, these youngsters, bro. I tell my lady, we were talking about it earlier. I was like, yo, if you're fucking, honestly, like 9 times out of 10, if you're fucking 35 and under, I don't even want to fucking know you. I don't want to fuck with you. I don't even want to talk to you. Don't even talk, because they're boneheads, man, and they're just different. They're cut different. They don't have no work ethic. They got no respect. They weren't. It's just crazy. So I don't even want to bother with people that age. You know what I mean?
Everything's everybody else's fault. They take no accountability. Every excuse in the book. You know, you're told, bro, that the job starts at 6 in the morning, and you're off
at 5:30,
and you're off at you start at 6 and you're off at what, 2:30. Okay, when they told you the start time, you accepted it. Now, don't come with that shit later. Well, I take public transportation and the office knew that, this and that. No, motherfucker. Yeah, they might have known that. But when they told you that it starts at 6 o'clock, you said, yes, I'll take the job. And then every day you're showing up at 6:30, 6:40.
They have no work ethic, bro. Like, if you know, listen, if I was in that situation and I knew I had to be work at 6 o'clock and I didn't have a car and I had to take a bus, the whole week before, say I got to start on a Monday. The week before that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm fucking jumping on that bus those days when I'm not working, just so I know the bus's schedule and how long it's going to fucking take me to get there. You know what I mean? That's work ethic, bro. You don't want to, but these guys don't got to listen. Tonight, I was at Target, bro. I had to go buy a bunch of household shit, you know, stuff for my bathroom, a bunch of like, you know, soap holders and you know, those types of toiletries. So I was there, I'm in line, man, and I get to and I'm watching this fucking kid, this cashier kid. It's probably like 23. Fucking looked like he just woke up. And it's at night, right? This fucking kid's don't even have his fucking hair combed. His fucking tie's fucking crooked. He's got a fucking mustard stain on his shirt. But anyways, I get to the line and he scans all my shit, right? And he scans everything. I think it was like $400 of stuff. It was a medium size purchase, and I'm fucking waiting for him. He rings me up, and I pay cash, and he's bagging the shit like slow as fucking molasses. And the girl behind me is in line. He's already scanning her shit, and I'm going, yo, bro, do you want to bag my stuff for me, or what do you want? This motherfucker goes, oh yeah, I guess I could do it. It's like, bro, that's your fucking job. You want me to bag it for you? I mean, it's just everything. I got another story from before that with the girl at CVS. This girl couldn't even open the fucking case with the fucking key. I was like, oh my, bro, it's crazy.
Bro, you know how many times? You know how many times, dude? Okay, so when we used to work Saturdays, it was me. I worked every Saturday, because I was the boss, so that's the way it was. But then everything else was rotated between the other guys on the crew. So there was a couple times where I had this father and son come in to work on Saturday. These motherfuckers couldn't even open up, and because I had everybody with their own key to these locks, these guys couldn't even open the fucking gate. I had to go over there, open the gate. The father's like fucking 46, right? The son is like 27. Neither one of them could open the gate. You know what I mean? And then, you know, it's like, what the fuck, bro? You know, just straight tweedledum shit. You know what I mean? Straight up, no brains, no common sense.
Crazy, bro. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker.
I go over there with my key. I open it, and I told him, give me your key, and I opened it. Boom, with his key. Yeah. You know what I mean? I didn't even use my key because I wanted to see, and I was like, come on, man.
Sounds about right. It sounds about right.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy. Yeah, this motherfucker didn't even think about bagging my fucking stuff, bro. It was a problem for him to. It's like, motherfucker, that's your job. Bag this shit, dude. You ain't fucking carry that shit out with my fucking hands?
The only places you bag your own shit up are at like the grocery store, the certain grocery stores.
If you're in a self-checkout area.
Oh yeah, that of course that. But the ones that have the runway, with the bat, what do you call that? The thing that they put the stuff on. I can't think of the name.
The conveyor belt.
Yeah, the conveyor belt. The one that goes all the way down, and then they can close it and open it for the second one. You know what I mean? But other than that, that's the only places you bag your own shit. Everywhere else, they're supposed to bag your shit.
It's a trip, dude. It's like he didn't.
Crazy.
It's like he forgot. It's like he forgot he was at work. You know what I mean? It's just, and it's like that every fucking day. I mean, I see it all day, every day. That's why I said, bro, if you're the type of dudes under 30, I don't even want to buy, especially in the business I'm in, bro. I see some of the stupidest fucking shit, man. It's crazy.
Yep.
I had a fucking dude today. Had a fucking older cat. He's probably like in his 60s. Fucking placed like a $200 something order, like $230. He ordered a fucking half ounce, and this fucking guy comes out with a $100 bill, a $50 bill, and the rest was change. He brought this big fucking bag of change with him, and I'm like, dude, I'm not taking that. You know, fucking count. I mean, if it was rolled up like in the change rolls and shit, I would have thought about it. But he was a first time customer too. You know, if you're a good customer, I'd have probably took it if it was rolled up proper. But just, what do you want me to fucking count that out? Like, you're tripping, right? It's money. I go, yeah, it's money, but I'm not spending wasting my time counting that, bro. You know, you can call me back in an hour, get your shit together, and I'll come back if you want. But I'm not doing that. It's just every day it's something different, bro. All the hurdles you gotta jump through. Yo.
Yeah.
What happened to Lou?
Oh shit! Go to Panisi, got him.
Got him on. What time is it? 10, 11, 12, 1. So about 1:30 over there?
No ghost of Panisi got me.
Yeah, 133.
I went to use the bathroom real quick, and I didn't want to. He was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt him. So I just went to go use it.
That's one of the best things about being a man. We can just fucking pull over, hop out, and take a leak wherever the fuck we want, as long as it's in the cut somewhere. You can't be seen. You feel me? I know the ladies get jealous.
Then again, you do gotta watch your surroundings though, because they'll try to.
Yeah, you gotta be in the cut, bro. You can't let nobody see you.
Yeah.
I heard when my last term I did. I want to say I heard somebody talking about. I think they ticket you if you get caught, and it's like it's a weirdo charge. You get a weirdo. It's a weirdo penal code, bro. And if you pull up with that charge, you got some explaining to do, bro. You might get fucked off for that.
Depending on who the fucking with my people's, depending on who I'm not gonna put the name, the title, but depending on who's running that right there, that tier.
100%.
Yes. Depending on who it is, if they don't want to investigate it properly, yeah, you could get fucked off for it.
You can get fucked off. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've seen dudes get fucked off for a fucking soup, bro. 25-cent fucking ramen. I've seen dudes lose their whole prison career, bro. Like, I've seen dudes roll it up, PC up over a fucking ramen noodle, bro, pack.
Crazy.
That shit's crazy. It's like, that's bad management right there, bro. Because your fucking people should have been like, no, we're gonna take care of it. If anything, it's like, DPing, bro. Even a boobop's bad. Like, break him off with some push-ups or something. But fucking, making that fool roll it up for over a fucking soup. I seen it happen. Yeah. Motherfuckers don't understand, bro. They've never been to prison. They don't understand how your life could get taken like that over nothing. I would say, what do you say, Lou? It's like a 50-50 chance, something bad could happen to you when you walk into that gate.
I would say, well, with us, I've had to step in where guys that had leadership positions was ready to move on somebody like that, and I had to say, hey, look, this is a kid. This dude was literally walked over here from juvenile hall to this county jail facility. He's never even been an adult on the street, man. He's still got that kid mentality. Yep. He's been locked up since he was 16. I go, you gotta give him, you gotta exhaust all the disciplinary actions first before you want to move him out of here to get on him, violently. You gotta give him workout. You gotta get him a DP like that on the workout, pushing up that concrete. You gotta give him all the writing assignments, all that shit. Then after you finish all the different measurements, then you fucking, then you take it that far. But you gotta, a lot of guys don't want to fucking
that's bad leadership, bro.
Yeah, they don't want to salvage people's careers. They just want to get them out of there. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's fucked up. A lot of dudes are haters, bro. You got to know how to maneuver, my guy. That's where that street shit comes into play. Being in the streets and knowing how to read a motherfucker, bro. That's fucked up, having to do time on a yard walking on eggshells, dog. You know what I mean? That's a fucked up situation to be in. I've seen dudes go through it, I wasn't like that, man, with the leadership position. I never you know what I mean? We would, like you said, we would exhaust every fucking option first, and then some dudes are just bad news, bro. They're just bad seeds. You can't do nothing with them, and you know that, you know what I mean? And you know which way it's gonna have to go at some point. Yeah. So what you got going on tomorrow as far as you said you were doing a podcast about John Gotti, or you got
Yeah,
one?
I'm gonna do. I'll see if Carlos is not working at that by that. Well, I'm gonna do it around 2:30 my time, so that'll be 5:30 Eastern time. But
What's it
hopefully
about, though?
Tom will come on, maybe agnostics, and maybe and
Oh,
then
that's
Carlos somewhere else. It's about basically how John Gotti gets the rap. You know, everybody he gets the rap for destroying the you know the entity of Cosa Nostra. You know, he's the one that single-handedly supposedly brought it down, which is not true.
Man, that's bullshit.
So, you know, I'm gonna bring different things up.
Everybody wants to blame somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
What time you doing that at 2:30?
Hopefully 2:30. 2:30. Hopefully, and then go from there. And then I'll be probably doing another live on probably the next day. I want to do it on probably the importance of you know, being clean. You know, hygiene wise, not living like a biker. You know what I mean?
Not a dirt bag.
Yeah, not a dirt bag, not a biking, not a biker. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So
yeah, no, that's important shit, man. Not being a dirt bag, that's some super important shit, especially with us.
Yeah, and like you said, with that cashier, all that shit, your hair, combing your hair, you
100%.
know, if you're gonna have a beard, trim that motherfucker up. Don't just be looking like fucking Grizzly Adams.
It's all about presentation, bro. First thing you fucking do when you meet somebody, you look at their appearance. First fucking thing is you got eyeballs, you know, then you hear them talk.
Don't be having mustard stains and ketchup stains and toothpaste stains on your shirt. You know what I mean?
Crooked teeth.
Yeah, well, you know, that's a little different because you know, obviously you can't just fix it, but you can do anything. You know what I mean?
I've been going through that right now, as a matter of fact, man. I'm paying for these teeth. You know, I haven't, you know, I let my dental insurance lapse. You know, fucking being an idiot. And so I'm having to pay for everything out of pocket. You know, lately I had a lot of shit come up all at once. I had 4 implants, veneers that I had to do. I had my 4 front teeth broken in a motorcycle wreck. So they were like, you know, not false. The top parts of them are real, but the bottom half they had to, you know, use like a what do you call it, like a cement, you know, a white colored match cement, and you know they only last, you know, 10 years if that. You know, you could bite into an apple and fucking they'll break. So I'm going through that right now. The motherfuckers are no joke. They're expensive as fuck. So I'm going through all that shit right now too.
And we know
fucking dental shit's ridiculous, man. They're as bad as fucking vets.
We know in prison, man, it's all about fucking, especially California Department of Correction. Their answer to everything is pull it.
Yep. Yep. Bro, you need to have you talked about Cali prisons and shit, and how, you know, the politics and little, you know, nothing, you know, too crazy, but kind of the structure of it and how it's like basically it's the godfather of all prisons, you know what I mean, as far as the structure goes. You know, it's basically I mean
well, definitely I wouldn't say
organized. It's organized as fuck, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all prisons, but definitely the West Coast and the Southwest.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about California.
No, but I'm saying as far as the politics, Oregon, you know, Oregon and Washington, they follow suit somewhat. Nevada, somewhat. Utah,
Nevada,
somewhat. You know, Arizona, somewhat. Texas, somewhat. You know, New Mexico, Colorado is somewhat similar to California.
Hey, where were they transpacking motherfuckers? Remember, they were sending dudes to like the Midwest or the East Coast. Everybody wasn't Tennessee. Remember?
Yeah,
from like
it was Tennessee, Mississippi, Arizona.
And I know it's Mississippi, and there's another one. I almost ended up going on.
Tennessee, Mississippi, Arizona, and Oklahoma.
Yup. Nah, thank God they didn't fucking send me there, bro. I thought, because I was fucking in trouble on my last one. I kept getting write-ups. I was like, these motherfuckers didn't send me to Oklahoma. Watch. I got lucky. Thank God.
You had to be level 3. That was a level 3. So if you had level 4 points, they weren't going to send you. But yeah, it was fucked up. That's where Wes Watson, I don't know if you heard of that dude. That's where he tells the story about this riot, but it wasn't even the white boys involved. It was Southsiders and the Asians. Oh.
What's up?
What's up? We lost Marky Mark again? Wait a minute.
Can you hear me?
There you go. I don't know what happened, but you bounced out. Now you're
Bro, if you fucking touch a button on these fucking phones, it bounces you.
Yep.
I don't like that shit.
This is Vegas Prison Stories. He got his own channel. Is Rick, and this is Marky Mark, me and Carlos. You know it's me, but it's Carlos and Marky Mark. He's from Vegas. He got his own
What
channel.
up, dude?
Their politics there. That was like right on time when you were asking about California, or you not asking, you were making a statement that California is like the godfather of some of the systems. Vegas is very similar to Nevada is real similar to California as well.
Yeah, it's a mirror image.
Yeah.
Yo, what was your name, bro? They call you Vegas Prison Stories. That's your name?
That's the name of his show, his channel. His name's Rick.
Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, man? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Rick. Too. Good to meet you.
Well, cool.
Yeah,
I caught you. I caught your channel, bro. I watched a couple of your shows. Parts of it, shit's pretty good, man. You're on point with most of your stuff. It looked cool.
Let me make this clear. So when they were sending prisoners from California to Mississippi, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Arizona, it was a facility, private. It was private COs, and they were only California prisoners there. We weren't mixed in with the state that we were being sent to.
Yep. A lot of action. Yep. A lot of shit was when motherfuckers had cell phones out there. Almost everybody. When I heard motherfuckers had cellies, iPhones and all that.
You're allowed to have PlayStations. You're allowed to have what's that other one called? The other one Xbox. You can have
my homie Bong is in Mississippi right now.
You can actually have bass guitar, electric guitars, and you can have the amplifiers. You can have those too. And then they were getting a bunch of I guess what do they use? USB plugs with actual movies downloaded onto them. A lot of porn. I heard they were getting a lot of porn over there. And a lot of different things like that you were able to get over there that you can't get in California.
They were leaving the gates open too.
I don't know about that, but I heard a few guys saying they were knocking female COs over there a lot too.
Yep, I heard that. I did hear that.
They're bringing lighters and tobacco. They weren't actually bringing dope, but they're bringing lighters and tobacco, which they can still.
But they're bringing lighters, tobacco. They're bringing everything. You know what I mean? At some point, somebody.
That's what I heard.
The water.
Yeah,
I heard all that too.
Yeah, so it was.
I guess if you're gonna do a fucking long term, if 5 years and up, I guess that's kind of where you would want to be, right? That's fucking play right there, bro. That's some play.
Actually, I think you had to have I think they were only sending guys with like between a year and a half and 3 years. I think it was. And then when
short time.
Yeah, and then when you got down to like 6 months, they were bringing you back to California.
Well, like I said, my homie Bong, he's in Mississippi. He got 17. He got 17. They broke him off of 17, and they flew his ass out to Mississippi right away. Ching-a-ling, ching-a-ling. See ya. Yep. So, when they don't like you, I guess that, or I don't know, it's hard for family to come visit you, I would assume.
Wait a minute. He caught the case out of California?
Yep.
And he's still in Mississippi right now?
Yep.
I thought they brought all them guys back.
I haven't talked in about 3 months, but the last I heard, he was in Mississippi. He wrote me a letter about 6 months ago. He was there, and then I talked to somebody that was a cellie that was in Cali now. I don't know. Maybe they did bring him back. I haven't talked to him. When did they start doing that?
I thought they brought him back a while back. So I'm not. That's news to me.
No, yeah, he's still out there. Well, that's what I heard. Within the last 6 months, he was still out there.
Yeah, because they emptied out a lot of guys.
He was digging it out there too, from what he was telling me.
Yeah,
as far as doing time, man, it's fucked up. But as far as doing prison time, he was, he liked it.
Yeah,
out that way.
Put me on the yard like that, and I'm gonna do everything I can to stay on that motherfucker.
I didn't know that. I didn't hear they were emptying those prisons out. I didn't hear that.
I didn't mention too. They got weights over there, and you're able to go hit machine weights like 3 days a week over there.
They got a weight pile.
Not a weight pile. They got machine weights. But
you still get big as fuck off of that, bro. Shit, I came home, best shape I ever been in my life, bro. I came home at 190 solid, man. Solid, bro. Just off of burpees was a big deal, losing the fat, but dips and shit and pull-ups, bro, yoked. I still got it.
Having the machine weights is still better 100%. Than water bags. You know what I'm saying? Way better than water bags.
Well, you mix it. You mix it in. You know what I mean? When you know how to work out, you mix it in. You integrate the weights and the machines, with the, body weight, dips and pull-ups.
But the thing is, the water bag and the sandbags fuck you up though, because
Hell yeah, that
they're
shit's
in the
garbage.
middle.
I hate them, bro. The water breaking everywhere. I
Well, no,
die.
not that, because when you're using a cane, right, you got the
Yep.
weight in the middle of the stick, right?
Yeah.
And how are weights designed? The weights are on the outside, and your hands are on the inside. So when you're lifting the cane with that bag hanging, or that sandbag or water bag, whatever, you're lifting, and the pressure goes to the middle of your back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why weights are designed the way they're designed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
stayed away from that water bag shit, bro. After I tried it a couple times, it wasn't for me, man. I watched dudes struggling with that. Oh, fuck that shit. I'll do pull-ups and push-ups, bro, and run and do burpees. I was breaking them off. Nobody can hang with me, bro. As far as our buildings and the surrounding buildings right there, bro, I was fucking maxing dudes out, bro. Dudes that have been there for a long time. They see me coming, they're like, nope, I ain't working out with you, bro. Breaking motherfuckers off. They hated working out. They wouldn't do it. I had one dude, a youngster, would do it, and he'd tap out about halfway through.
Yeah,
my shit was every day, every single day, bro. Right after count in the afternoon, every single day after my main workout, after you get back from work, but every single day I was doing a 200 triple pump burpees, just flat pistons with somebody, you know what I mean? Doing pistons, but I ain't no Navy SEALs, just straight up triple pump burpees, 200 of them. And I mean, pistons, dog, you know, it takes a while to get there, but when you get there, it's, you know, I liked it. That was my deal. I liked doing it. I did it every day. When I was about 9 months out from, you know, going home, that's what I started doing. I lost a gang of fucking fat, bro, and just monster, dog. I had fucking abs down to my nuts.
Yeah, I couldn't fuck with pull-ups too good. I can only do like probably 1.5, but I'm tipping at close to 300 pounds at that time. But dips, I'm dipping all day, baby. 15 in the set, weighing 300 pounds. Motherfuckers just get shocked when they see me, because I didn't do that half-ass dips, bro. I went all the way up, all the way down. You know what I'm saying? At 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Money.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and that's the motto you live by. Don't cheat yourself when you can treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get that money on, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, you know, it is what it is. So I would have loved to fucking have some type of weights doing 10 times.
Hell yeah.
When I first hit the system, we had them. We didn't have them long. We only had them for like 4 months, 6 months, and they took them. That was at the very end, the end of the 90s. That was it. You know what I mean? 97, 98. They were gone, man. You know what I mean? And now the only way you can use weights and it's legit is if you're fire camp or firehouse. Fire camp and firehouse. So on the level 1 yards, they have the firehouse. They have anywhere from like, I think something like 6 to 10 guys. Level 1 dudes, they actually go out to 911 calls, fire department calls, and ambulance calls, and you can have that there because you have to pack around the gear. That's why they allow these guys to lift weights. You know,
I had a homeboy from my area, right from the harbor area. His name was George, and when he was a little short dude, right? But he's a longshoreman over here, like most of the cats. A lot of the cats are longshoremen over here. He was a lasher, though. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it. It's lashing. They got a lash. You know, the big container ships. Each container, you got a lash. It's called lashing. It's a long, heavy. It's like a 45-pound bar, and you got to twist the ends to lock them and unlock the end caps on those containers that you see on the ships and on the back of trucks. Well, he was a lasher. He wasn't built or nothing. He wasn't like no crazy fucking gym rat or nothing like that. But the dude, he was a lasher. They called him Offshore George. And those lashing guys out here, they're on teams, bro. They're crews, and it's like a big deal, you know. Tough. Everything's, you know, raw strength. Well, this dude pulled up to the yard, and I've never seen it in my life, bro. He was the only dude I've ever seen. You could, by looking at him, you would never think that this dude was as strong as he was. And I knew this motherfucker would do 75 dips, straight dips, all the way up, all the way. And he would do 10 to 15 sets. I never seen nothing like it in my life, bro. And his biceps were just fucking insane. Rocks. Everything else besides his chest was built. But I've never seen in my life anybody do dips. I mean, fuck, dude, you know, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 dips, that's good. You know, I've never seen anybody, but that shit was fucking insane. And that's, you know, the type of shit you see sometimes. But yeah, and I seen him throw fists with somebody, man. He just connected and just slept his ass, you know, from that strength in the arms and the chest. But yeah, it was a trip to see when you were talking about the dips at 300 pounds. I was like, fuck. That's a weight right there. Are you still working out, Lou?
I got to dip out, Lou.
All right, Rick. I'll be hit me up tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Nice
Thanks for
meeting you,
stopping.
Rick. Be easy.
Nice to meet you guys too. I got this video I'm working on. So.
All right. Yeah,
All right,
that's what I
guys.
was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say when you mentioned about going to his channel. He's real thorough on his research, and if he got anything wrong and he ends up hearing either something for somebody or figuring that out himself, he will redo that video and call himself out on it. You know what I mean? So he's straight up.
Well, yeah.
What's up, man? It was nice meeting you, bro. Take it easy.
Nice to meet you too.
Yup. Stay up.
All right,
Rick. Big Lou, get the homies on the panel doing burpees. Big homie, hell yeah, we rolling. Yeah, I'm good with burpees.
That's funny, bro. Hey, that's funny because when I paroled the first like 2 or 3 months, I was calling all the homies up, trying to get them up to my house. I was up at fucking 5 o'clock every fucking morning calling the homies like, come up here, let's work out. Let me break you off real quick. That time you're on when you parole, you know what I mean? You're talking about everybody being institutionalized.
Back up, man. It fucks you back, especially if you got little back issues already. After doing it, man, it's like you walking around fucked up. And I used to do that to myself too when I would play basketball, man. After washing up, bird bathing or whatever, man, I could barely move afterwards, man. Everybody's like, what's wrong with you? I said, man, I played basketball today. It fucked me up.
Well, yeah, you got some weight on you too, bro.
Yeah.
What are you at right now? 300 pounds?
Oh, right now I'm like 325 or something.
Your knees don't bother you or anything?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. But the reason why my knees bother me, I was already having knee problems. And then in 2019, I'm at work and I'm backing out a big rig, a flatbed. And this asshole, I step out into the street when the light turned red and I put my paddle up, the stop sign, the stop slow. And I go to back this fucking truck up and there's 3 lanes. The lane to the right of me, I'm staring at the lanes. The right to me is either a U-turn or make a left into the parking lot across the street. The middle lane is to go straight. And the lane closest to the sidewalk is either go straight or make a right into the the construction site. So that van ends up deciding when the light turns green that he's not even gonna fucking stop. He's gonna go anyways, and he flips me off as he's doing it. So I turn like, what the fuck's wrong with this dude? And before I can turn forward, that middle lane guy fucking hit me, bam! And I broke my fall with my hands, but I slapped my knees, both my knees on the concrete on the street, and it fucking tore my MCL on one knee and lateral tear in the other knee. Yeah.
Damn.
No. Damn. You had to have surgery? Did you do surgery?
Nah, I didn't want any of that shit. They said that the only thing they offered me was they can go in there and clean up the bone spurs and shit. I was cool.
Why? You don't want to be put to sleep?
No, I don't want none of that shit. I'm good. I think the Navy SEALs stopped doing burpees.
You never had surgery before?
Nah.
You never had surgery? No, me neither.
No. Navy SEALs, so you said I think the Navy SEALs stopped doing burpees. Yeah, I think a lot of the military did, but the actual Navy SEAL push-up is the one where your
leg, knee going to your chest.
Yeah, you bring your knee up to your chest, either your
both
right
knees
first, then your left, and then in between push-ups, you're doing each knee. But
so it's like it's 3 push-ups total, but your knees coming up on 2 of them, both one and then the other one.
Yeah, the mandatory workout.
They build your abs. They build your abs up. Those
mandatory workout for us was we had to do mandatory 122 counts every day. Well, not every day, but Monday through Saturday, which was 100 push-ups, 100 kicks, and then you had to do 40 laps. You had to run the track 40 laps a week. So, however you wanted to do it, if you wanted to do 10 laps a day, knock it out in 4 days. If you wanted to do 8 laps in 5 days, whatever, and then you had to do an hour on the bars, which was every day. And then if you played basketball and all that, that was on you. But that was the
program. What you were telling me the other day, man, that's some hardcore shit.
Yeah,
that's excessive, huh?
Yeah.
Whatever we did, anything as long as it ended in 23. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, 23 being the W.
Yup.
23.
You know what it is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is, man. But I'm done. Exactly. I'm that's all behind me now. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. We've been on almost 3 hours. 2 minutes. 2 hours. 2 hours and 53 minutes. Fucking flew by too. Didn't even seem that long.
Time flies when you're having fun, bro. Come on, boy.
Yeah, you get into a good conversation, it flies.
Flies.
So yeah, tomorrow I'll be probably most likely it's gonna be between 2 and 3 tomorrow PM Eastern Pacific time. So You know, that'll be 3 hours difference
So
on the
be
East
there, be
Coast.
square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Cool.
hopefully everything works out. Tom will come on, Carlos could come on, maybe agnostics. That way we get, 3 or 4 different perspectives on the topic, or maybe 2 of us are the same, 2 of us are different, or maybe 3 on 1, whatever. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Absolutely. A dialogue.
Yeah.
Sounds
Well, yeah,
good.
but that's the main thing is a dialogue. Not so much having different perspectives, but just having a dialogue like we had here tonight. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody stopping in. Drito 5K, Just Chilling, Vegas Prison Stories, Tim Egan, Just Chilling, Leonardo Romano. Who else we got here? I think that's pretty much it. We got a few people that didn't comment. Let's see. Tim Hennessy, Luke GTV stopped in, Timo DeVille stopped in, Ishmael stopped in, Chris Trock stopped in. Oh, I was
Chris
wrong.
Trock.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say this guy, Compton Almighty. He said I was locked up with Charles Manson and Tookie Williams in San Quentin. Yeah, well, I don't see how you did that because I mean, unless it's an old dude, unless
Was
it's an
on
old
death row,
man.
weren't
Because,
they?
well, Tookie Williams was on death row, but you back then though, Adjustment Center, you could be not a death row inmate and still be over there with him. But
Oh yeah.
Charles
Okay.
Manson was there years ago. So this dude has to be an old dude to have been around that guy. You know what I mean?
Yup,
Yeah, Tim,
for sure.
you can have a good night. Tim Negan said everybody have a good night. All right, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and tap on out.
All right,
Appreciate
my
it.
boys. You guys have a good night. It was nice chatting with you.
Yep, and I appreciate everybody else that's gonna come back and watch it after it's uploaded.
Hell yeah. Mark, be easy, my G. Lou, my brother.
Yeah.
Be easy.
Likewise.
Everybody in the chat, thank you for stopping by and showing my brother Big Lou some love.
Yeah.
Yup, I see you, Lou.
Definitely.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
fellas, peace.
All right.
Bounce me out, bro.
Yeah, you can do it yourself. There you go. All right, Los, I'm gone.
All right, peace out. Be easy, fellas.
Watch out. Buenas noches.